What happened in AEW this week?
Oh, there was a women's bull rope match that happened. It's the first time I've ever seen a ladies bull rope match. And a bull rope match is where you have like the kind of lasso, kind of stiff rope that they use, and
Yeah.
it's strapped onto your wrist with a leather strap,
Oh, so like
and it's about
a strap
12
match.
feet. Yeah, it's a 12 feet of rope, and then in the middle of that is a giant cowbell, and you kind of fight to be able to have the right to use that cowbell to cut your opponent open in the forehead.
Oh, wow.
And it was Thunder Rosa and the Virtuosa Diano Perazzo. I won't remember her name unless I say the Virtuosa first. So that's
Yeah,
one of
they're-
those kind of things. You know.
I'm assuming they got color then, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh,
The
absolutely.
AEW
They
women
have-
aren't messing around, man.
No. They that's how they get their women over. Nobody takes them seriously until they
John
actually
Moxley
juice.
themselves.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah, what was it when there was the heel turn on the black and white character? It was
why he got to be black and white?
well, she does that like 50s gimmick. What's her name?
Oh
Um,
yes,
the classic Tawny Katane or whatever her name is.
yes. Hey, it's the Madness Comic Network, and we
Oh,
have
we're live, we're
joined the
live.
Madness Comic Network
Oh,
for the first day today, Sunday. So hey, pops, welcome. We're glad to be on your show as well as our show, and as well as Will Charles. Introduce yourself to introduce us to your crowd.
Hi everyone. Please interact as much as humanly possible. We're trying to get votes in for something that will be fun.
Yeah, let me see if I can get back to it. I hadn't
yes,
finished
yes.
setting that up. Now, Pop says, if you like what we do and want to join the Madness Entertainment Group, contact us at thepopsvanzant@gmail.com or donate here at a GoFundMe to help us lay the foundation for the Meg, yes, whatever that is. We're glad to have you on our show and our network, which is now your network too. Wow, I feel so welcome by that. I wish I had done a brand new introduction to the show, but I don't have that. So let's introduce ourselves with something I made for Gray when he's busy.
Oh,
I need guys, got to feed the dogs. Don't mind me, guys, I'm no attention hog. Pass me by, I have to deal with the dogs. Bark, 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 rough, 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 rough. Having a ton of bow wows make podcasting tough. Don't mind me, guys, got to walk the dogs. Don't mind me, guys, got to feed the dogs. Don't mind me, guys, I'm no attention hog. You need to pass me by, I have.
All right, that's enough of that.
That is amazing. I take it he's still away on a trip.
On vacation, yes.
Damn it.
Yes,
Very
he's
nice,
still
very
doing his
nice.
vacation. But when he comes back and we cut to him and he eventually will be dealing with his animals, we'll be able to do that. So that's nice and fun to have.
Absolutely.
So
Can't
yeah,
wait for his return. I miss his voice. I really
yeah,
do.
ditto.
yes, he's got that great radio voice.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's just
So good.
awesome radio voice. Speaking of the radio voice,
I think this should be.
Oh no way!
What?
we were just talking about you. I hope your
What?
ears were not burning.
Bleeding a little, but it's unrelated. Yeah, sorry about that. It took me a second to get everything up and running.
Oh,
Been a
didn't
week.
know
How
you
was
were
your
coming back. We were
vacation?
just talking about how much we missed you.
Indeed.
Oh. Well, yeah, sorry. I think I told everyone except for Rizals because I'm an ass that I was out of town for a week. But sorry about that, Rizals.
No, I knew you were on vacation.
Weed.
Just didn't know when you were coming back.
Yeah.
Thought it was going to be like another
Last
week or so.
night, very late. It was great.
Man. Well, what a commitment you got, man, to get up,
Indeed.
even coming back late and then getting up and showing up here. Thank you so much. I'm honored that you're here.
Or did you not go to bed?
Well, either way. No, I went to sleep. I got a couple of winks. It was good. Not quite 40, but it was
Winks?
good times.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so It's definitely going to my channel. I
Oh,
see it.
good. Good.
Those are my initials,
Nice.
Rosales. Don't get crazy about CP there. It's
I
what a
refuse
stream
to
we
know
got
what that
for you
means.
today.
I have no idea what that means. I don't.
uh-huh. Probably for the better.
Hey, that means that stands for Charles, I hope.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Just my last name starts with P.
Yes.
Am I done with it? I mean, for now, I don't have much reason to go back to it unless something extravagant happens. And once I saw that it was Chucky in the White House, I was like, yeah, no, I'm all set. I'm all set with this horror show.
You don't need to know about President Chucky.
And then he was like aging or something, apparently. No, thanks.
So we're going to be
Ooh.
doing this. We've got a bracket here set up for not horror movies, but action movies.
Mhm.
Ooh.
And I don't know how to share this with people.
Yeah, they can't vote if they don't have the link, right?
Yes, absolutely. So organized by Rosales Comics, report anything below, live, embed the code. Is that a thing you can do? Wow. So we'll figure this out as we go along. This is going to be the lightning round for today. Hopefully we've got time to figure this out.
Challenge.
It is a
Well,
challenge.
Yes. I got the translate on because it's a French website. It's a challenge, if you will. But in round one, we've got the Terminator facing off with Aliens.
Ooh.
So, and then whoever wins that will wind up facing Kill Bill. And then we have Enter the Dragon facing off, oddly enough, with Face Off, Hard Boiled versus Die Hard, and Police Story versus Seven Samurai.
Oh,
There's so many good action movies out there that it's hard to pare it down to 10. And so I thought, let's just see some of the weirdest, most random, titles against each other. I thought that would be kind of fun.
I know all of them except for Hard Boiled. I'm kind of
yeah,
liking on that one.
likewise.
Really? Hard Boiled is
on,
come on.
I feel like I should know it.
Internationally acclaimed action film star. Oh gosh,
That well acclaimed, huh?
Chow Yun Fat.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah, I do remember Young Fat.
John Woo.
Chow. Yeah, it's a John Woo one.
It's a John
I
Woo
like that
film,
one.
yes, with the doves and the slow motions and
that one.
the wind blowing
Totally
through the
forgot that.
long jackets. Yes, it's going to be a good
You
one.
know, the cop holding the baby. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if my audience is going to vote for Seven Samurai, but they should.
But gosh darn it, we'll have to
we
figure
got
this
some-
out as we go because we've got also. Oh, what happened to it?
Oh.
Oh, old man. Old
Boomer.
man. Let's see, I think it's this one. Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Wow.
We've got the
It's a
wheel.
wheel.
It is a wheel, and again, the once we figure out the lightning round, we'll get that going. Oh, Charlie in the morning. What?
Aaron? How are you? Are you still
Yes.
awake
Makes for
or
a better
what?
morning.
Aaron, I drag him out of bed every Sunday morning and make him talk about numbers he has yet to see on Monday about the box office. I torture him that way so much.
There's still Friday stuff that I could talk about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
but we got some great topics. We got the boomerang that was wiped from the face of the interwebs, and people are upset about that. We've got some Dungeons and Dragons kerfuffles going on with some leaks happening about what their plans are for the future of D&D. It has to do with tablets and laptops.
Ooh.
And of course, Borderlands came out this weekend, and I have a sneaking suspicion that they're making a Hulk movie, and I'll tell you why.
Because Borderlands tanked?
Well, it might have. It might have. I made some fun of it online here on the Twitter. We'll talk a little bit about D23 Expo this weekend. That happened.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that happened? Some people knew that happened.
Yes.
That was a thing that happened. So we'll do that. And again, up in the corner, you'll see a different kind of logo up there for the Madness Comic Network.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. We've expanded our reach, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
But let's give this a spin and whatnot. See what we wind up
Promo
talking
time.
about. Did I leave
Come on,
promo?
Dynamo. You got
Good.
Oh, see, we open with the stinky one.
Might as well get this right out of the way.
Get it right out of the way. Yes, shows how ready I was for this.
What's new on DVD? What's new on DVD? What's new? What's new? What's new on DVD? What's new on
It's a very
Plenty of
angry
stuff.
sound.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. 80s girl band. That's the prompt, And I didn't give it all of that extra kind of chorus harmony thing to do when I did the,
Really?
it invented that all on its own.
Your sound quality on those is like really good as opposed to when I tried it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give me just a moment here.
Is that a phone?
Yeah, we'll
Furiosa.
customize ourselves.
It looks like Furiosa is, I would assume, Tuesday. It's coming out. That's been on digital for a couple of weeks now.
Yes. Yes.
And yep, I don't know. I still have yet to watch it. It's one of those movies that I keep meaning to look at it and watch, but Gray, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, it's better than I thought it would be, but it just doesn't seem timely. I enjoyed it. It's George Miller. It always, I don't know. I'm kind of a stand for that dude. I love all of his films. There was a little bit more digital effects in this one than much of his previous ones, but that being said, it's still action packed, and there's still like cars doing amazing things. I would have thought this would have gotten more of a bump, but yeah, with everything that's going on box office wise this year, I don't understand it, man.
Well, we've talked about it, maybe here even, that the Fury Road movie was kind of the second coming for big action movies at theaters. Is this just too late?
I think so. Like if I were to judge like the one reason, I think that's it. It doesn't seem like the quality went super down or anything like that. I didn't hear anyone criticizing any particular aspect of the story. It just seemed like, the swell wasn't there to kind of push it where Fury Road went.
There are times.
I think it's.
I think it was.
Please go.
It was Tarantino who said that most filmmakers have about 10 movies in them, and I think maybe Miller finished off his best work with Happy Feet. So
It's just another banger.
and so he's going to the well, with this one, coming back one more time to it. So he's retreading a little bit, and he found a second person to look like Mad Max to sort of tie in the whole thing together. And oh goodness, why isn't this working?
Well, the good thing about this post-COVID release schedule is you have some decent stuff to watch at home in the summer, which is,
Yeah.
I don't know who that's good for.
I mean, it's good for some people, I would have to imagine. I mean, there's got to be a reason why a lot of these studios are doing like that, 2-week, so to speak, window of, all right, let's see how much money the movie makes at the box office, and worst case scenario, we just either keep it up and throw it on streaming, or pull it and throw it on streaming. Either way.
Yeah, there's that the Fall Guy, which they pulled it immediately. Like that was one of those 17-day ones, but it was still doing well at the box office. So
Yeah, it really. I mean, that to me, that's just you're double dipping on success at that point, which is fine. I mean, fine, make your money. But there's obviously a market there for people who would. I mean, financial wise, it does make a little more sense to me if you are a family or people that go in groups. It's easier to just rent the movie or buy it on digital for $20 or $25. Have everybody come over, grab beers, grab food, whatever you're doing, and chill. And
it's cheaper
rather than paying all the money to go. And like you were bringing up the other week, Charles, where the experience might not be that good anymore because you got you might be in the theater with asshole kids who are TikToking their way through the and shit like that. So I think a lot of that is weighing on people, and it just financially it's hard to justify spending all the money going to the movie when your experience isn't guaranteed to always be a good one, and not really from the movie itself, but just from the surrounding environment.
Yeah, like I think the 13th Twisters is available on VOD, and that's still doing rather well at the box office. But Bike Riders is available to DVD, and I actually watched this.
Oh, were they pedal bicycles or were they actually motorcycles?
That's what I was thinking,
BMX.
and I was.
Was it the where they finally getting into the 10-speed era? What's the whole thing with the Bike Riders?
Bunch of people with one wheel. It's very good. The performances are really good, but it's a little I don't want to say slow, but I'll say slow. Gray, you liked this, didn't you?
I was not expecting to. I thought, I'm not into bikes. I'm not really into all these actors specifically. But I don't know. Something about it, just, starting something as like a passion project and then seeing it kind of get away from you. I don't know. I had a weird connection to this movie. I really ended up liking it.
There's a weird scene where they give... Well, the lead female in the film, she gets like a red dress to wear, and whatever happens at the party, like it was really uncomfortable to watch.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's a few scenes kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's an interesting flick. I would not say it's my favorite flick of the year, but I was expecting to like it a lot less than I did.
Likewise. Okay, there we are.
Oh, wow. We have the jaded one.
I'm sorry?
We have the jaded one. It's awesome. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
You know what? I like that. Hold on. I'm changing that. I like that.
You like what? You like the Bike Riders?
No, the jaded one. I'm changing my name now to the jaded one.
That is awesome.
Look at this. A rebrand live on stream.
Well, see, I actually appreciate good ideas, much unlike most of the movies that are out there.
Oh,
fair point.
Burn.
Hold on, let me be more specific. I like good ideas as opposed to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
Oh, shots fired.
Wow. There were some fun ideas in there.
But did you see the Bike Riders?
No, I did not.
It's a good idea.
It is. You should check it out.
Isn't it kind of based on a true story as far as I remember? Something about...
Sort of. Yes. So it is based on a true story. There's kind of a memoir and a bunch of photographs that it's kind of based off of. But,
the problem I have with... I'm not against movies that are based on true stories. It's just that I'll watch them, and because I don't know the true story, I hate not knowing what's fictionalized and what's true. So it just kind of bothers me because unless I know the actual story, I can't go, oh, okay, this part's been fictionalized.
But the point of movies is to present, to fabricate in certain points that they bend for the sake of telling stories.
Right. So when it comes to something that's based on a true event, I don't know what's fiction and I don't know what's true. Whereas
does it matter, though? If it's a good story, it's a good story.
Because then don't know what's actually based on the true events. Like,
Are you saying that in a sense, like if you have a future conversation, you want to be
one of the
historically
main
accurate?
characters beats up his wife. And it's like, okay, is that what actually happened? Is the guy who, just in the true story, is the guy actually beating up his wife, or is that fictional in the movie? Well, I don't know. So now I don't know what's true and what's fictional. See, if I'm watching a movie that's all fiction, then I don't have to worry about it. If I'm watching a documentary, I know it's all true. I don't have to worry about it. But in a movie that's based off of a true story, is 1% true? Is 1% faithful to the real story? Is 10%? Is 80%? It just,
At least one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it-
Non-zero.
I mean, I
So
think
why
when
am
you
I-
have a
why am
movie
I
that's
watching-
based on true stories, you can safely assume that it's probably an 80-20 split, where 80% of the story is based on the reality of what happened, and 20% is probably fabricated or polished up to be, entertaining for a movie's sake.
And
I
for
think the
me-
ones that are you really have to watch out for are movies that are inspired by a true story. Because that can mean anything from,
Oh, yeah.
I read a short story about a bear that, loved to scratch his ass on a tree, and that inspired me to write a World War II movie. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It
I want to watch that World War II movie.
or the
the
movie,
inspired ones those are a lot of fabrication, I feel
Yeah.
like, in an inspired
Or-
way, but
or the-
based on usually is pretty solid.
I was going to say, or the movie Minority Report, where it's inspired by the short story, not exactly based on the short story.
Yes, the inspiration ones are a gray area for me anyways, because inspiration could be anything. You could be inspired by anything from seeing anything and not necessarily have a correlation to it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We have a random Nate sighting. Nate,
Oh,
how's
Full
it
Metal
going?
Nate.
Let's play your song for you. Too much of a lead in, I think.
Get there.
Full Metal Nate, he's the one we all await with his reviews and gaming news. He's never running late from the silver screen to the gaming scene. Passion's never fake. Tune in, plug in, listen in. Full Metal Nate, he's got a knack for movies, breaking down each frame with insight sharp as steel. He's always in the game, from horror flicks to comedies. He's seen
But that's Nate. Whenever you get fired, we're glad to have you back.
Good quit.
Hey. So, also coming out on Tuesday is If.
I enjoyed that.
Seemed like a lot of people enjoyed this movie, actually.
Yeah, I had no expectations going into it, and I don't know if it's nostalgia or what, but like, it's very. It just hit a right button for me. Where as an only child, you have to, get creative with your friends when you're little, and this is
Sure.
very. It like I said, it just hit a weird nerve for me. I was like, this is actually quite sweet, and
Is it just because of this particular flick, or do you usually like Krasinski flicks? Like, do you like Quiet Place?
I do like A Quiet Place. Yeah. It's an interesting question. I don't know. Like, I feel like the way I received it probably wouldn't be the same for everybody. So I don't know. Like my opinion is certainly slanted by this, because like there was something I brought to it, certainly with my own emotions. So yeah.
So, not just to make this confused, it's a movie you brought emotional baggage.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked for the sake of this movie.
I mean, that's a good thing. That's kind of the
That would be
point.
a great. That would be a great campaign slogan. Watch if you have emotional baggage.
Yeah,
You know,
You're
I
right.
feel the same way about if you remember the movie Fred Savage movie Little Monsters with him and
Yes.
Howie Mandel.
Yes.
You know, I get like what you're talking about in this instance, Charles. I always have that type of attachment to that movie.
Yep.
Because we could all relate to that as a kid, the monster under the bed.
Mhm.
How cool it would be to actually have gone down there and chill with them like that. So
Yeah, this is like this is a variation on that. Like you could say the same thing for Monsters Inc.
yes,
This is just this generation's version of that story essentially.
yeah. And those usually hit, especially those will hit with I think any crowd really. You're obviously going to have your kids who enjoy this, but like I haven't seen this movie specifically, but
Yeah.
like I said, from what you're describing, I that's how I always feel about Little Monsters. So I
Yeah.
get exactly what you're saying there.
Yeah, I don't have kids. I'm not really around kids that much, but this is something that I wouldn't mind watching with a member of that audience. Although they would probably bail out and want to do something else, where I'm sticking around watching this movie.
Well, yeah.
It's a really good alternative to Deadpool. If you want to take your kids to a Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yeah.
Good
Little
point.
typecast. That was a joke.
It was a good one.
Hey, Patrick, it's good to see you.
Patrick.
Patrick.
Ah,
Patriotic. Patrick.
He is a patriotic Patrick. Patrick's our favorite.
Color me confused, but didn't this movie already come to DVD
Wait,
like 10 years
what's
ago?
happening?
A Good Day to Die Hard.
Why is Russian Die Hard?
Finally on DVD.
Isn't that the first one?
This is really good for DVD because you've already got the others, or some people do, and finish out the Bruce Willis angle here.
Why is this today? Well, like this week of all times, why is this?
Because we need it most now.
But this one
Yeah.
re-released
Why-
with a
Good Day
vengeance or something.
To Die Hard.
The most now.
Like, there's no way this movie didn't get a
We
DVD
need
release when it
him
came
now
out,
more than
right? Like,
ever.
Get the worst version of Die Hard and re-release it.
Hey, this one doesn't have Kevin Smith as the guy in the chair. Some would
No, but
argue
it's-
that other one was a worse one.
It's got Jai Courtney for like 2 hours, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
think
and
so.
I'm glad they stopped trying to make him a thing. So they were pushing him for a little while, and it never stuck. Which is a lot like undercooked spaghetti. Just doesn't stick.
But it tastes good.
Yes, better than
Guy
the other
was-
analogy.
Poor guy
sticks
was
to
basically
wall.
lobotomized, being thrown onto movie sets and shit. I mean, you can't expect much.
Mm-mm. Can't expect much, but yeah, that's out, and so is Boneyard, whatever that's about, and June 0, of course.
Oh,
Did anybody see this movie?
Didn't even know it.
I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah.
It's a film that examines Adolf Eichmann's trial, capturing the empathy and humanism amidst the atrocities committed during World War II.
Oh, it's that bear scratching its ass movie.
Hey, didn't we already
That's
see
just
that?
a light romp.
It's
Didn't that movie already come out? It was called Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer or Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, I don't care.
No, I'm just, this is one of those, they were following orders kind of films, I think, is what this is.
Yeah.
If they're exploring the humanity and the challenges.
The Zone of Interest was a very what is
It was an interesting film.
yeah.
That zone interested me.
Wait a minute. Okay, I just thought of it. Thinking about the idea of the concept of making a film about people who are just following orders. In 10, 15 years, is there going to be a movie about the UK police? About just following? I don't think that movie's going to work.
You already brought up Minority Report, so I think they covered that ahead of time. So final season of Umbrella Academy. I had not seen the final season, Patrick, or Patrick, if you will.
It's new.
Is it?
Yeah, they
What?
just brought it out.
Is it
What's
like
the-
Resident Evil Umbrella?
I only saw the first 2 seasons, and I barely made it through the second one. How many seasons are there altogether?
I believe there's 4.
Oh wow!
So in season 3, they had some major character changes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I only saw the first 2 seasons. I liked the first one. Second one was okay, but then it just kind of didn't really have any idea where it was
Mr.
going.
Patrick is telling you to skip this one. So
Yeah.
there's
Hey,
only apparently 3 seasons in this show.
I've seen. There always seems to be a trend when it comes to TV shows. Is that the first 2 seasons are the only ones that were actually pre-written ahead of time, and then it's like, oh crap, we actually have a success. Quick, somebody think of a new season storyline. So,
Pops, welcome to the show, Pops.
I am
Hello,
here.
sir.
Oh shit!
Good
Pops.
morning, boys and girls, and other. Just want to get that out there.
That's me.
I thought it was referring to Bob, but we'll go with you.
What's
A
up, everybody?
casting change without an actor change is new. Yes. It's we can call it Operation, the movie or the series.
I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
Does it bother you when the same actor invades every single franchise? Does that water the franchises down for you a little bit? When
Like
you
Chris
see
Pratt?
Or
Hemsworth?
Dwayne
I
Johnson.
don't know.
I mean, come on, man.
Sometimes,
Ryan, all of them. Doesn't that water it down for you when you see the same guy in another franchise?
Yes.
It can, but I mean, like Ryan Reynolds, so like he's been kind of in everything.
DEI
Like,
hard.
I loved him in Blade, even though it's the worst Blade, Blade 3. That was kind of fun. I hated the actual movie, Green Lantern, but him as Hal Jordan, like, I don't know, it kind of worked out for me. But if you're going to try and have them like actively in all these franchises, yeah, that's not going to work. It's weird.
It waters it down for me, man. It really
You name me a part that Bruce Campbell played in that diminished the show. Because Bruce Campbell was in a few TV shows, and I defy you to find one where
I'm talking about movie franchises.
Oh, I'm sorry, movie franchises.
Yeah, these, when you see Thor in Furiosa, and it's like, doesn't that water it down for you a little bit? It does for me when I keep seeing
You know what,
the
Rob?
same jumping.
It did bother me to see Chris Evans playing the Human Torch in Deadpool.
Can I get some new actors? Can Hollywood? Can we find some new talent?
Well,
They have a new lineup for the Fantastic Four, but we'll see if it's going to be effective.
I don't know that it would have sold that many tickets without Thor being in the movie, frankly.
Yeah, but how's there going to be a next big thing if nobody gives anybody a chance to be?
Well, they
the next
already
big
tried
thing?
Jai Courtney, and that didn't work out.
Yeah,
They're shoving
they
that.
shoved
They,
that guy down everybody's throats and nobody cared.
right before the pandemic, they were shoving Dev Patel down everybody's throat, and that didn't work out. Stiff Kittens, hello, hello.
The thing is, Bob, when it comes to stars, it's usually by fluke. It's like, oh look, this actor's movie, hit, and it's like, okay, let's try him again, and then you like take Will Smith. Nobody expected Will Smith to become a major movie star.
So you're telling me that Timothy Chalamet doesn't brighten up every picture he's in?
I think for better or worse, you're bringing the term of the day, baggage with the actor. I think if the actor is good enough and can transcend the material, like Tom Hanks was that in the 90s, where it's just like, all right, Tom Hanks in a thing, but he was like, it felt like it was Tom Hanks, but at the same time, he felt like he molded to whatever the role was. And
there you have your Val Kilmer. Okay, somebody that actually gets into the role and takes it over.
Right.
Okay. Chris Hemsworth as a second in Furiosa doesn't work for me. That's fucking Thor. If he's not headlining, he's not gonna perform.
That's
what
not
you
fair. That's like saying you can't see Christopher. That's like saying Christopher Reeves can't be anything but Superman. Then
No, let's say in another franchise. He could be in any other fucking movie, but
Right.
you put him in another franchise, and now it waters them down. It waters the franchise down, not the actor.
oh well, I wasn't a big fan of the Furiosa franchise, so I'm not really missing any.
Yeah, me neither. I just saw that he was in it. I didn't watch it. I just saw that he was in it. I'm like, come on,
I mean,
man.
I think his performance in it is different enough though to make it okay. Like I get that bothers me in the sense like if not in another major franchise, but a lot of the times in the comic book movie stuff, that's where it bothers me. Multiple people playing different roles in the same, I don't need to be Kevin Smith in a comic book movie where I'm going to see the same face 9 different times and it's a different character. Like that's cool, and I think that ran its course in the 90s, but I don't need to be doing it now. That's when it starts watering it down.
Well,
I
think it's
so like the idea coming up though at the end of like Secret Wars having 19 different versions played by the same people of all these different characters doesn't really that doesn't appeal too much to me. It was good in short doses, I thought, like in Deadpool and Wolverine, seeing the different Wolverines. That was cool. I don't need like whole movies about that though.
I wanted to. I look. Tony Stark ain't doomed. That's a what if movie. That's not Secret Wars. That's a what if comic book. Okay, what if Tony Stark was Doctor Doom? It's not what happened. It's not. I hate that they just trash everything. Everything.
But you got to remember though, this is going to be how it is for a lot of people though. This to a lot of people, this is going to be Secret Wars. People who just only follow these movies or only film fans and not comic fans as well.
If you have nothing to base an opinion off of previous,
Exactly.
that's one thing. But
It's that type of fan service that is now the comic book movies. It's we don't actually have a story, so let's just do fan service. I mean,
it's about making money in the movies. It's about making money in the movies, and who cares about the comics? Who cares? They don't. They don't.
They
care at
don't.
all.
Like, you guys want cameos? We'll give you movies with cameos. All they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean by waters down the franchise. It's like they just.
Well, you've only got a finite number of actors who are willing to Weinstein it to get the parts.
Hey,
So,
Okay, well, then you take the Weinstein out of the equation, man. That's easy.
well, you can take the Weinstein out of the equation, but the equation will stay, is what I'm saying.
Like that dude
And-
that plays Butcher in The Boys. That dude should have been in the movies.
He was
That
in the
dude
movie.
should
He
have
was
been
in Thor:
Dr.
Love and
Doom
Thunder, wasn't he?
or somebody like that. That dude's badass. And they put him in a TV show.
He's Judge Dredd.
it is Carl Urban, isn't it? I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Carl Urban. He's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah,
But
he hasn't got-
he's a good enough actor to where he can play multiple roles in different movies and in franchises, and it really doesn't. You don't get that lost in, because I've seen him in the Marvel franchise. He's been in
That's
Thor.
what I'm saying.
He's been
He's
he's
good.
been all over the place. Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
Doomslayer.
Yes, he is the dude. He was in an awful Doom movie with the
He
fucking
was
Rock.
Bones McCoy.
Yeah, he's been all over the place. He's a really good actor.
Mhm.
Yeah, I enjoy him.
That's what I mean. He enmeshes himself in the role, and you don't associate him to what he just did last year. You get caught in what he's doing on screen.
Patrick brought it up before, but I
That's
tend
that
to
Val
agree with him.
Kilmer.
Brie Larson, she's got a stank name as far as Marvel's concerned, but I can't name you a performance of hers that I don't enjoy or like or am content with. Plus, the Weinstein factor is
Oppie?
it's not there. Oppenheimer.
Oh, I see. I think it's because they had no direction and they made something up at the last minute because they needed something to show at Comic-Con. That's
Who?
why I think
Oh.
he's coming back. Yeah.
Robert
They
Downey
wanted a
Jr.
money draw. That's all. It's all it was a money It's
Well,
a pattern.
yeah, the studios, they don't like gambling, and they just go with the proven entity.
Well, the last couple of years has been one gamble after
Oh,
another.
yeah.
You got to do something
That's
right.
they went back to the drawing board. All right, this guy draws bank. Let's bring him back.
That's the whole thing. Everything has been blah blah blah. Okay, well, everybody likes RJD. Even
Exactly.
That's only in regards to the big budget movies, because there's like a lot of mid-level movies. Like, take the first, we can even take the first Deadpool movie, right? The only reason it got even, greenlit was because it was only going to cost $50 million. So Sony went, yeah, okay, no big loss, right? So like they'll take risks as long as there's not much of a. They're not going to take risks on a $300 million movie, but they will take risks on lower budget films. And if what was that? The Quiet Place. Nobody was expecting that to be as big as it was, and it's not like they went, "Oh, let's take a risk and make this a big AAA movie." It was a smaller film that ended up becoming popular. So there are risks. It's just not $300 million movie risk.
It was a silent success. Poor RDJ was like, finally my career has relaunched me. Let me do something
Oh
besides
man,
Marvel.
I would hate it if Marvel paid me over $80 million to make a movie. My career.
Yeah,
that's where RDJ.
What problems to have.
And that's a real big problem with the film, because it's starting off with a $200 million budget with only 3 people employed.
You can't risk that type of money. Just plus he's probably going to get back end as well. So
Well, they want those properties to be well north of $1 billion, and they're investing in stuff that they know. I don't think they'd have as much confidence if I don't know.
And
pick an actor.
it's been well proven so far in Hollywood that there's absolutely no studio out there that is not willing to crap on Dr. Doom. But hey, let's take a spin. See what comes up.
Big money, big
Come
money.
on, promo time.
You got your wish.
Yay.
It's his wish. It is promo time.
I was wondering what that meant.
Oh, yes. The July issue is out of New Stunning Adventures. The next volume, the next issue will come out in September on the 25th. And the final one for this year will be on November 20th. 6-issue limited series, introducing over 18 new superhero characters to the world of Rosales Comics. The one out right now is available in digital format only at globalcomics.com. And by the way, if you see on the bottom there, and you're on the YouTube, you're watching us on the YouTube, hop on over to these and go and subscribe to our friends and family here on the YouTube. So that's what's going on.
RosalesComics.com. Is that down there? I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Rosales Comics is not there because this is the friends of the show.
Okay.
But you can find us at rosalescomics.com. If you haven't found us, we're at rosalescomics.com as well. If you happen to be watching us.
We did a bit of a deep dive on this series last night on Freewheeling Fridays, too. If you want a deeper dive on this after the show, go check that out.
Absolutely.
That Shoctress has some incredible lung capacity. I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, that's how she stays afloat. Did you see the interview with Harrison Ford on working with Marvel? His replies are, as usual, were hilarious. No, I had not seen that. Has anybody else seen that?
No, because I don't care.
As usual, I'm going to say that he expressed disinterest. If I'm to assume.
But if you saw him at Comic-Con, he showed how he hulks out, and it's kind of fun. I don't know. That dude always has fun Marvel answers.
Yeah, because he don't care.
Remember when he destroyed that dude's Lego Millennium Falcon?
Yes, I remember that.
Just destroyed.
Yeah, that was pretty
Lego
awesome.
Falcon. Remember that? It was great.
Yeah, you could see how long somebody spent just putting this together, every little brick in place, and then Just destroyed. Yeah. But it lives in infamy. I mean, it's awesome, you know? It's immortalized by Harrison Ford destroying it. I kind of love it.
Yes. Yes. He does old very good. Oh, look at that. We get to find out what's in theaters. And talk about that for a second. Hang on. I've got something for that. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I've got something for that. Where is it?
Hit the easy button.
Here we
Let's
go.
all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Roll them trailers, Joe. Find that popcorn popping with a fizzy soda splash.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the fizzy soda is splashing.
Yes. sir.
Speaking of splashing, Borderlands, huh?
Yes,
Good times.
we got. We're going to do a little bit of that too. We'll cover some of the things happening with Borderlands, but that's out this weekend. If you didn't know, a lot of people apparently didn't know it was out and playing and available to be seen. So there's plenty of private screenings available for Borderlands,
Yep.
and will be for at least the next week. And the big player this weekend actually wound up being It Ends With Us
Yeah.
for the newest movies that are out. Of course, your Deadpool and Wolverine is still trucking along.
The Reynolds household has the lockdown on the box office right now.
Yeah.
Yes, they happen to be winning the summer.
Yeah.
And
Winning the decade. What are you talking about?
also out, if you happen to miss it, is Cuckoo. Or Cuckoo? Is
Oh.
it Cuckoo or Cuckoo?
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Huh.
Let me open this up for my old eyes. A 17-year-old girl is forced to move with her family to a resort where things are not what they seem.
With Dan Stevens.
Well,
Oh, Patrick.
Gear for that guy, too.
Oh yeah.
That didn't work.
if
Sorry,
we had a Cole, we would know what that's all about. But we don't.
I got to check out, guys. I just wanted to come in and welcome you guys all to the network and make sure everybody knows this show is now part of the Madness Comic Network. It will be going to Roku with all the rest of it.
Ooh, Roku.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, guys. It's good to see y'all, and I will see you all again next week. Peace.
Okay.
Thanks for stopping by, Pops.
Pops. Thanks for being here. We're glad to be a part of the network.
You bet. You guys
And,
all have a great day, man. Talk to you later.
You as well.
Eventually, the Madness Comic Book Network will be on the Roku. So
Yes.
that's going to be fun to see us on the little screen
Hell yeah.
or the bigger than little screen. Because if you're watching on your computer or your phone, you can actually watch us on TV eventually.
Oh shit.
Eventually. So there's that.
So the Friday number, Borderlands was in fourth with $4 million.
Oh my god.
It's not going to do well.
On a fucking Friday.
But I
Yeah.
thought, isn't that a popular game?
I
Or was
guess.
it
Yes.
Borderlands?
I'm pretty sure the first game probably sold 4 million copies. Which
Yeah,
is
I remember.
equally
I
more than $4 million.
don't know much about the second.
I'm probably exaggerating and wrong about that, but still, that $4 million on an opening Friday. You pull it down, throw it on
Well-
streaming today.
The sneaky thing about it is Friday's numbers usually count the Thursday premieres, which
Sure.
you're actually getting 2 full days on
Yeah.
that. And like It Ends With Us pulled in $24 million on Friday.
Which is
as much as they're
exciting
going.
news. Exciting news.
Don't mock my nerd.
Wow. But 4 million. I have to think they spent more than that in advertising. I feel like every 2 seconds I was getting like a Borderlands ad for like the last few weeks.
Were you
Oh,
really?
yeah,
Because
I
I
didn't-
haven't seen anything.
I didn't
Really? It was nonstop on YouTube for me, but maybe
Wow.
that's my cursed algorithm.
Welcome, Dale. Welcome, Dale. Are you a fan of somebody? I'm glad that
Yeah.
you're here.
Oh, now I know why I didn't see any of that shit. I have the YouTube Premium, so okay,
Ah,
that makes sense.
I'm jealous.
I have this
I
annoying
don't.
thing called ad blockers. So
Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
mine keep getting kicked out of there. So I tried the honest thing of just skipping the ads. It sucks.
It does.
Well, there's a reason why I put the promo time on the wheel. It's because it goes beyond the advertising. Oh,
I
we
was gonna say,
almost got
speaking of
Borderlands.
promo time, but yeah.
can we really have this discussion without Nate?
We tried not to. But he's actually doing good and keeping his job. So,
Good.
but yeah, he's watching in spirit, is what he's doing there. So let me find it real quick. I don't have a D&D intro.
Just play the theme. Just play the theme song from the cartoon show.
Is it not here? Did I not upload it? Huh.
Okay. Charles, if you were to create a new theme song, what would it be?
For D&D?
Yeah.
I'm not the right person to ask.
Okay.
All right, have
Fair
like some
enough.
sort of Game of Thrones ripoff or something.
That's not the right one.
But what's a mini fig? I want to
Don't
say,
know about minifigs?
No.
They're like little Lego figurines. They're
Oh.
even smaller than the average one. They had a lot of customization in the early 2000s of those. Good time.
Wait, so there's something smaller than the regular Lego people?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You don't want to go with a regular size fig. Come on. I don't know. I got a mini Ewok on my keychain for some reason. Good
Okay.
times.
Oh yeah.
All right.
My goodness, I forgot to do it.
I am ill-educated on the figs.
Well, go fig.
Got to get that fig knowledge up.
Okay, Newton.
I didn't do it. I thought I did it, but I didn't do it. Holy smokes.
Oh my god!
I'm looking
Congrats.
Didn't do it.
I just didn't do it. I try to stay ahead, and get these things out there.
Well, we're going at sunrise on Sunday. I don't know how the hell you
Seems
operate right
fitting.
now.
The only thing I wound up downloading and getting ready for presentation was the Hasbro
The
second
movie?
quarter
Ooh,
their earnings thing.
numbers.
There were numbers
Nice.
here.
Ooh,
and
safe
I
harbor.
was going to pull from these to show where the guy who's in charge of Wizards of the Coast they brought over from Blizzard. Okay, so the Blizzard guy is all about the computers and games and they're big now with the microtransactions and everything else. So they want to make D&D a subscription. This is not going to tell us anything. They want to make it kind of like a subscription service with loot boxes and things like that, where you're playing D&D with your friends in the basement with a laptop open so that you can spend money, and show off your digital minifigs and so
I've
forth.
already got versions of that.
Absolute sense. I have to they would be stupid not to do that.
This is true. This is true. It makes the most financial sense. But as a gamer, you kind of want to buy the first edition and be done with it.
Yeah.
You want to own what you pay for, and
Are
they're
they
getting-
fungible though?
They are not fungible. None.
If you take the fan base of the gaming community and you apply it to tabletop gaming, I don't see how that doesn't change. It's like you have the majority of online gaming that you don't own and people are still buying it. You got DLC, they'll buy it. So why not just apply that to Dungeons and Dragons and just make it an online experience?
And they're also planning on adding like the skins, like Fortnite skins, actual Fortnite skins and Baldur's Gate skins to the minifigs that you have downloaded into your D&D thing. So they're planning. What is that D&D online thing that they have where you can play with your friends and upload?
So there's a
maps?
bunch of different ones. There's the official one, and then there's like Roll20 and all those other
Roll
ones.
20 is the one. Yeah, Roll 20 was the one that I've done for a while.
So
The official one is what they're going to be basing everything on. They're going to grow that particular item and make it integral to the thing, so that it's kind of like with video games now. You buy the video game at, say, GameStop or wherever, and then you wind up going home with it, and it's just an install program that you purchased. And that's what these books are going to be, essentially. Is they're going to be these $30-$40 books that wind up giving you links to things that you have to do. That, they'll have these barcodes you scan in with your phone so that you have it on your laptop or whatever.
So is this? I just don't. I guess I've never really been into D&D, so I know like the basis of it. But so how do you do this with a tabletop game though? Like, how is it just converting a tabletop game into a digital online game to play with everybody?
The idea is that instead of being around a table and playing, it's just doing a Zoom call with 5 other people across the world. So
There's
it's
lots
still
of YouTube channels.
the same game, only you're just online doing it.
Only if we do it this way, we can be dirty and rape people for fucking stupid skins on a fucking Dungeons and Dragons. I don't see, I see why they're doing it, and I get it 100%. But I thought the whole point of like Dungeons and Dragons was the fact that you had people around a table, you have people using their imagination and creativity to come up with scenarios and stuff like that. I didn't really know you needed to see tangible. This is now my character who I've spent $60 on, and now he looks like some fucking asshole from a movie.
I have to say this, Bob. Okay, boomer.
A boomer. I mean, is that not like the essence of the game, though? I thought the essence and the whole point of the game was that people use their imaginations and creativity based off of the things you got from a board game.
Okay, hold on. But you also have it that everybody's buying figures. So the idea of, what's the difference between buying a figurine to represent your character as opposed to a digital version of it?
The figurine you can hold on to.
Yeah, I can hold.
They don't digitally erase.
I have that. One can be looked at as
what if you get a digital glove?
Again, it's like you have a visual representation, whether it's a figure on a table or whether it's a digital one on a computer screen. It's still the same thing.
Well,
you can physically hold on to
not
the
really.
thing
It's
and
like
know
me
where it's
asking you
going
if
to
you're
be.
stuck in a winter storm. Yeah, do you want a digital jacket or a real jacket? Like, what?
Okay, hold on. You have a figure, a real figure. How does that enhance the game any more than if you didn't have a figure at all?
Because in 20 years, you'll still have that. Where I think all of us can speak about.
How does it enhance the game? How does having an actual figure enhance the game when I've been playing
that digital figure that you technically won't own and enhance the game?
It makes you sadder when your character dies.
Well, according to Screen Rant, the new D&D screens revealed at Gen Con will fix the biggest issue with D&D beyond campaigns. And that big issue, if I can find it, is that it makes room for a laptop.
Which, I mean,
it's laptop friendly.
I've done it both ways, like in person, like, yeah, it's great. Like it is more, people in a room actually focus on it. You don't have like as many distractions, but I don't know. Like I just enjoyed a game. I think we had people from 3 different continents playing it. It was really kind of amazing. I wouldn't have been able to play this particular game with these people had, we not gone digital. It's a trade-off, but I kind of dig it, man. I don't know. It does seem like it is advancement in a certain way, but yeah, I don't know.
I think for the sake of society and being able to speak to one another, making us not, be in a physical same space as each other is doing some sort of damage somewhere.
Hold on. You mean like what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Okay, but again, this is the only way.
We didn't pay for any of this. Nobody had to cough up money to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
technically, you can play for free on Roll20.
That's because
Okay, but I guess here's my question. In the digital age where all video games are moving to that type of system and where you have like zero control over, well, if the game sucks and the server goes away, you lost everything. You can't play online anymore. Okay, so who's to say that this model doesn't work the same way here? So if they do all this, hang on, if they do all this, invest all this money, and what if it's a bust and nobody really spends the money and now they have just a big fucking loss on their sheet? You think they're going to keep the server running for the next 30 years at a fucking loss? Probably not. So then what's the point? Aside from trying to get money from people, what is this doing for this game? Aside from letting you play with somebody in China who like...
Okay, the online game, so then you just defined online gaming. You literally just defined a gaming company invests all this money into a game, and then it dies. Do they keep the server up? No, they drop the server and they get rid of it.
Well, that's the issue.
That's the issue I'm talking about here, sir. So how would you feel if you spent hundreds of dollars on this and skins and bullshit, all for it to become fucking non-existent when the server died? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Like everybody who went and purchased the second edition.
Yeah, but again, you do that with online gaming. Though the game comes out, you spend hundreds of dollars on skins and stuff, and then 3 months later, it's gone.
I not see an intrinsic problem with that.
Well, Clay, how is your lifetime ownership of that app?
Okay, the problem is not the gaming companies. The problem are the players that constantly support over and over and over again. So if you've got
so you're the problem here as you're championing this position here.
Yeah, no, I'm championing it because
you're right, because you're part of the problem. It's okay.
No, I'm championing it because it's hilarious. Because if you guys are willing to spend hundreds of dollars on the video on an online game on an online game, and then it can be gone in 2 months, and then the next one comes on and you're doing it again, why shouldn't why shouldn't Wizards of the Coast bank on the same idiocy? You got millions of morons who are constantly buying skins, paying hundreds of dollars for loot boxes, and Wizards of the Coast are going, why don't we cash in on these same morons? And I'm going, yeah, go ahead, because I'm not going to pay for any of it. Just like I don't pay for any skins, just like I don't pay for any loot boxes, and I just play the game. I don't give them any extra money other than the money I paid for the game. But Wizards of the Coast is going, there are millions of people who will shell out hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, on video games. Why shouldn't they get a piece of the pie? And I'm going, you know what? You're right. They should get a piece of the pie.
Yeah, for the sake of making money in business, yeah, it does make sense. But for the sake of people who want to celebrate the way, I don't know, the way it used to be, they're getting phased out.
Okay,
yeah. So if you're cutting out most of your market that's been in this game for decades, I don't see the business model success here.
But again, because you guys are going, this is not. You guys are realizing that you are no longer the target audience, and you're going, this is not fair. It's like, well, welcome to my world. I've been taken. I have no longer been the target audience for tabletop games, for computer games, for video games, for comic books for decades. And you guys are now realizing you have now been replaced by the next generation of gamers. You are now being replaced by the next generation of people who want to play tabletop games. Sorry.
Well, it's not a tabletop game anymore then.
Again, they can call it whatever they want. But you are not. If you are not giving Wizards of the Coast money, why would they cater to you? They're going to cater to the audience that is going to give them the money for doing absolutely nothing. They're going to cater to the audience that's going to give them money. What do you think gaming has been doing for the past 10 plus years? They've been catering to the audience that will pay to play. They are catering to the audience that is going to pay for microtransactions. The game itself is irrelevant. I'm sorry, but for the last 6-7 years, the games themselves are irrelevant. All that matters is the microtransactions. So That's the audience. That's the gaming community.
I mean, it's not necessarily true. I mean, you can make that argument, I think, for certain games like a Call of Duty or a Madden, which is on a yearly cycle, but you can't make that same argument for a game, say, like the Avengers. There's a game that was built around loot boxes and microtransactions, and it died a death that nobody
Right.
cared about.
Right? But it still made money, and they're doing it
No,
again.
I'm pretty sure it didn't make money. I'm pretty sure that's a loss to them.
Right. That one didn't. And there are tons of games. There are tons of online games that didn't even last 2-3 months. But they're hoping for that.
Exactly.
They're hoping for that whale.
Well,
All gaming companies are hoping for that whale. They're hoping for the next PUBG. Well, not PUBG, but what's that one? That's
the
I forget-
argument is against it because people are getting burned constantly by these digital ownerships. So
agreed. But if you've got enough of a fan base that is supporting it, why should the gaming company give it up?
This is why, because you risk potential earnings by burning customers.
Okay. And as that,
Well, no business is in the business of like, while people love to get a quick cash grab, these people want to be in business for decades. They don't want to be out of business in 3 years.
Bob, because you're not understanding. All they care about is the next quarter earning. That's all they care about. Because the people who are working there are not in it for the long haul. They're in it. I'm sorry if I'm taking over, Rosales. It's just
No. It's important for everybody to understand that the entertainment industry is a business and that they are looking out for themselves. However, there's probably a way to balance one with the other, and being able to satisfy the clientele while serving themselves. Really and truthfully, the model that they're looking at plays upon the weaknesses of the fragility of the human mind and the human psyche, because it plays towards those that have addicted personality.
right.
And in that case, they're doing the right thing. They're looking for the whales. Okay. When you see the advertisements for the game that says, you get this guy out from here before the water fills up and makes him drown, and you move him over here, and yay, you did a success. That is meant to stimulate the brain. And then they put you in, you download that game, and it's really just like this 3 kind of match game. Okay. With those little levels in between. And 90% of the people will get rid of that game altogether and say, yeah, this is false advertising. This isn't it. But the 1% of the whales will stick around and do that for that particular loot box experience. And those are the ones that wind up spending thousands of dollars while people go to the bathroom. So you wind up with a model where you're like Vegas. You're looking to take advantage of the weakest with the most money. And that leaves people out of the way who are like, well, I just like playing bingo for fun. Why don't you cater to me?
Yeah. If you're trying to play a video game for fun, guess what? You're not the target audience. You have seminars of people explaining how to make your game as addictive as possible. That is a core fundamental mechanic of modern day gaming. How to make it as addictive as possible. It being fun is a bonus if it even happens.
Right. Well, things that Bob and I are saying is it can be an additional revenue stream, if not the dominant one, but what they keep doing is phasing out the physical aspect, and it's frustrating because people who do purchase things physically, and they have to incentivize these companies into not phasing it out.
Yeah,
Okay, but
they've always kind of done that. Like that's why they have, new editions or whatever. If you're going to do like tournament play, you have to have the latest edition. If they're going all the digital, it's going to have to be that way. That keeps people buying the new shit. I don't know. You can still use edition 1 if you want, but it's up to you.
Charles, you're a gaming company. I have 2 options. Make a physical disc that's going to that's going to cost me, I don't know how, I'm going to pick a number because I don't know how much they cost. $10 to make the discs, make the packaging, ship them out, or I can just release it digitally pay only 20 cents to do it and still charge the same amount of money. Because whether it's a physical disc or whether it's an online or you go to Steam, you're still paying the same money.
Right.
Now you're a gaming company. Now I'm going to go. Why would I lose 10 to 15? Again, I don't know what the number is. I'm just picking one out of my ass. Why should I lose $10, $15 of profit when I can do that? And you have millions of people buying it because it's the only option to buy the game.
I don't disagree with you. It's just the fact that you just have to put more work into it for that $10 disc as opposed to those 20 cents. You
But
just
they're
need to do
not.
less of it.
But
You can hit copy and paste so many times though, where like actually creating physical product, like you have to have a warehouse, you need to have distribution. There's more that goes into it.
yeah, I mean, it costs money to actually ship the physical product.
Okay,
And
so
it's
if that's the
like,
case,
why-
now justify a $70 price point on a digital game then. How come games aren't going down in price?
It's because I'm not.
This one has a special skin. Hey, what's up, Alien?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, hi.
I mean that's what you're paying for essentially when you pay for all this. So you're paying for the distribution, the guy who made it, all that stuff. So if I don't have to pay, so if they're not paying for that anymore, why am I still paying them the same price?
Because you have millions of people who are still willing to pay it. If you had all of these gamers who would go, wait a minute, this price point doesn't make any sense,
It doesn't.
then the gaming companies would lower the price. The problem is, if you have millions of gamers paying this overinflated price, you got gamers who will pay $200 to $300 for a pre-order special edition without even knowing what the hell it is.
And there were a lot of people who were
Yeah, but
upset
those
with
people are
the
usually getting physical things.
Right.
the extra bestiaries and specialty books and things like that, where you have all of these extra books to complicate things on top of the gaming resource itself, like the player's handbook and the GM handbook, which is why I decided I was going to create Heroic Sixes. It's
Hey.
a superhero system TTRPG, and it's going to be a rules light system that uses only 6-sided dice, so you don't have to buy all the different types of dice that are out there. And it'll be featuring the characters from New Stunning Adventures, the brand new superhero system, superhero comic books that is out now and available right now. Segued right into a promo.
Heck yeah.
That
That's how you do it,
Any
folks.
promo. That was a bonus promo. Thank you,
was a
sir.
bonus promo. Joker says, often when you have your own brand, one small brand, it's not enough to stay alive, open, and monetize long term. Until you come on the show, I'm going to continue to murder your voice, by the way.
I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't too bad.
Fortnite and COD are the exceptions.
I take it back.
I
That
don't
one
wanna
was
be
not
extra.
good. That was not good.
No, I'm murdering it. I'm going to murder it. I didn't said so. Patrick says he's on level 15,000 of Gardenscapes and probably could have bought a car and bought a digital only PS5. I don't know what that says there.
Leave my copy of Star Wars Outlaws out of this. I paid $475 for that thing.
Hey, there you go. Welcome to the target audience.
I do tell jokes too sometimes.
Yes. Patrick says, I'm willing to pay it. I pay the overinflated prices just to box out the poor from enjoying games.
You know what? I can't blame you for that. There you go. That's a very valid reason.
And Joker says, just like the people complaining that the remake and IP movies suck, but are still going to see them, these mouth breathers are still paying ridiculous numbers for things they claim to hate in the industry.
Right.
I'll probably get hired before Joker does.
And while it isn't fair, it is the onus is on the customers to really put their money where their mouth is and not pay for things you don't want and pay for things, support things that you do want to see done. They'll notice eventually, but not everybody. Ease of use and just going through a computer, it's quite valuable to a lot of people.
I mean, hell, I could probably go to 100 gamers and go, how many Steam games have you downloaded that you haven't played yet? And I'll guarantee they got at least 5 to 10. 5 to 10 games that they've downloaded and they haven't even played yet, and they're looking for it, and they're going, oh yeah, but the summer sale's coming out, so I gotta stay for that. I mean, you have a gaming community that will buy games they will never play.
True.
I'm sorry. I'm not taking you gamers. I'm not taking modern day gamers seriously. I'm sorry.
But the companies are taking their money just fine.
And the companies will take your money. They don't care.
Yeah, there's only one way that you can show Hasbro that you are upset with their model, and it'll be available before the end of the year. So,
I mean, I told Wizards of the Coast I'm not supporting any of their stuff because I still play first edition Dungeons and Dragons. You can make third edition. You can make fourth edition. You can make fifth edition. You can make whatever the new edition is called. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I haven't bought anything after first edition. So it's like, hold on. What's the movie? Oh shoot! I'm doing my part. Starship Troopers. I'm doing my part.
you should do yours. Patrick, you heard that she's actually got a room for that stuff too. A specialty room all for her clothes.
Again, but that's women. So it's a whole different set of rules.
Yeah.
You don't even apply logic and reason to women. It doesn't even.
Journalists?
To be fair, Jaded, most of my games I get for having Game Pass, so I hardly ever pay full price for any of these new games. But you do pay for the Game Pass annually.
The Game Pass!
That's right. Yeah.
Oops, look what I did by accident.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Promo time. Yay.
Promo time. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is.
Dynamo, the power's in your hand. Rosalie's comics revives the hero of the land. Bold and brilliant through the pages soar. Dynamo returns the legend to explore.
This is my favorite theme music. Oh my God, that was amazing, Rosales. I loved it.
Dynamo, the best Thunder Agent, issue number 1, completely available online for free at globalcomics.com. We refurbished it. We put a new coat of paint on it, shined it up, and gave it a coating of wax so that it looks as best as it possibly can. We like to do that, and presenting it in its original format with 0 edits for today's modern audience. They can lump it and read it as it was and as it was meant to be. Patrick says, that promo touched me. Well, you'll have to file a complaint with HR.
Show me on the doll where the promo touched you.
Yeah.
Show me on the.
Right in the wallet.
And again, it's free. It's free, so you can do that. Or you can read all about it at rosalescomics.com. That was promo time.
So you're telling me we're going to talk about D23? Wow. Wow.
Yes, the D20.
All right.
That happened this weekend, and Disney decided to not introduce anything new, but show us everything they'd already told us about.
Oh.
So let me get rid of that one real quick.
Except for the Disney
missed
Plus
it.
shows, for the most part.
Yeah, I was going to say, did they fill in the spaces in Marvel's timeline that they kind of left at Comic-Con?
What the heck?
Well, they okay.
was
So
pretty
as far as the movies went, it was all the same movies from Comic-Con. Pretty much all the same footage from Comic-Con.
Yeah.
The only new stuff they brought out was the Disney Plus shows. So Daredevil, Ironheart.
Ironheart's getting a show?
Yes,
It's
she
been
has
in the
been
can
getting
for like
it's
3
already
years.
done. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
done.
What
Yeah,
can?
it's been done for.
It's just getting better. They're aging it, like
Yeah.
like a
Speaking of
fine
aging,
wine.
kimchi.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I thought she was doing another movie.
No. So yeah, she's getting her series. I did fall asleep in the chat during our Fortnite announcements because Fortnite decided to keep putting it off in D23 for like an hour or 2 hours. So I was like, but I can't remember what other shows. I'm sure Rosella's.
Well, they did show some footage from Snow White. Here you can see where she brings the plague into the house of seven miniature men with all the rodents and pestilence that they bring with them. She came in.
7 CGI people.
And in this, let me make it bigger. Let me make this bigger, full screen here. Here you can see how they, even though they were using a green screen and digital backgrounds, they still could not light it correctly. And in this scene, you see the newest of the 7 dwarves, Slappy Assy.
Wait a minute, that's supposed to be. Wow, that looks bad.
I may have a new favorite dwarf.
Does it not look? It looks like what's that movie? Romeo and Juliet. The characters from they look like gnomes.
Yes, they do look like garden gnomes, these guys. And there's the guy that she wanted on the cutting room floor.
So wait, that's Prince Charming?
Yes, quite charming. She looks charming. And here's a better picture of the gnomes. I mean, the dwarves or whatever they're called.
The gnomes.
And I didn't like the way this was angled, so I tried to correct it, and it still looked a little bit blurry, so I wanted to enhance it. So I used my good friend AI, and there's a better look. There's a better look at what we'll be seeing, which shows us that it's not really any better. And the guy in the back is supposed to be grumpy, but AI decided to make him happy. You were going to say, Jaded?
Nah, just saying because it's blurry. The guy in the back, the character in the background almost looks like it's a real person. No, when you AI enhance
it doesn't look like Jeffrey Dean Morgan with the big gray beard.
The dwarf in the background actually looks like a real person, as opposed to the one in the board, which looks incredibly CGI, and it's not very good CGI either.
Well, yeah, this the CGI did not look very good at all. Oh my goodness, a lot of these things just didn't come through. It was they showed off the Red Hulk, which again I decided to click. What happened to it? I cleaned it up. My goodness, hold on. These
Rosales.
What is going on? That's not fair.
That's not fair.
It's not fair because I worked so hard to pull these things up. And let me just. I got to get rid of this. Hold on.
Now you've been bamboozled.
I've been bamboozled. I've been squirtled. So
I'm not a Red Hulk fan. So
you're not a Red Hulk fan? Oh, Red Hulk's old, and he's not a fan of anybody because he's Harrison Ford. So talk amongst yourselves for 30 seconds.
Said I have fun making that picture. Yeah, Snow White looks terrible. I'm sorry. It looks I'll be honest, like some of the visuals, I know I do see what you said there with the lighting, but like some of the visuals, do look all right and stuff. But
I'll check out the trailer later, see what I think.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun to hear.
I did see one comment where they were showing the picture of the evil queen. I believe is played by Gal Gadot, and then you have the Snow White, and the quote is, "Let me see if I get this straight. Gal Gadot is jealous of her looks," and I'm going,
right, yeah. That was I saw that one. That was funny. There's that, and then I saw another one. And I was like, when are we going to learn she's just not a good actress? Because even the way she says, in the mirror, mirror on the wall, I'm like, oh no.
Not about what she's saying, though.
You'll watch Wonder Woman for her acting skills, okay? Nobody watches Wonder Woman for her acting skills. Nobody watched the Fast and the Furious movies for her acting skills.
Right.
Well, they had a Red Hulk, and they showed him off as best they could.
Based?
Where did it go? MP4. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. I can't pull that up there. Okay. Yeah. For some reason, this particular, I think it's because it's over 20 pages.
Wow.
So
There we go.
there's another look at the Red Hulk here, and
He looks good. I think he looks really good. I'm not a fan of the character.
Yeah.
I don't know. How many abs did they give him?
1, 2,
Speaking of good lung capacity,
Yeah.
anyway, I had AI clean up the Red Hulk too, so that we
really?
get a better look at him there.
oh my.
Wow, he looks kind of plasticine.
Yes, they
His teeth having problems.
yeah, the AI I use
One of his
usually
pores.
goes overboard when it comes to cleaning things up and adds things that shouldn't be there, like the little raindrops and the mole on the shoulder.
Well,
But and some really fancy eyelashes there.
really?
Haven't seen such a poor bet on an actor to be big since Topher Grace. Yeah, they are pushing her out there.
Are you speaking of Venom, Patrick? Come on.
Gal Gadot should have been Snow White. She's a far prettier than Rachel. What were they thinking? Just have an aged up Snow White.
Sure.
Okay, but you'd have to. Okay, how can you look at Gal Gadot and go, "Yeah, she's a virgin"?
Well, isn't the thing about Maleficent, like, isn't she supposed to be like a little past her prime, and that's why she's so obsessed with it? Like, why didn't they go with a slightly older actress? I know they don't exist in Hollywood, but still.
No, they do.
Well, yeah, I think she is. I think they did do for her because the Evil Queen, she does do, turn into the like little witch being that gives Snow White the apple or whatever. So I think Gal, they put her in makeup to make her look old and ugly and all that. So we'll see.
From what I've seen, it didn't quite work, but fair
Yeah.
enough. Hey, Skeleton Crew.
Yes, Skeleton Crew was also announced during the
Amen.
during the
For
thing,
transparency.
and because this came out during that whole time period, the Goonies was trending on Twitter.
What?
So yeah, because of course, you've got your space robots, you've got your little creatures that are cute, but it's also chock full of kids who wind up stealing a spaceship and going out into space and blowing stuff up. So it's a lot like everybody's childhood, I guess.
Yeah.
Here they are exploring an old Jedi cave.
I was raised
And-
on Alderaan, so I don't know.
And there you go. Yeah. It's a good
I
thing
would
you went on the field trip.
I would laugh at the big alien spaceship that they have to confront looks like a giant pirate ship.
But they're
Wait,
doing
what the
their
fuck
best
is
to
that?
channel early Steven Spielberg here
Yeah.
with the
Wait, what am I looking at though? What
You-
is that?
that is
That's
a
like a suburban street on some planet. Yeah.
No, that's
Yes.
not.
Yes.
yes,
No.
it is.
That is not. Where? Where the fucking Star Wars have we ever? There's grass.
Yes, it's Suburbatron is what it is. The name of the planet.
I
These kids
am.
riding bicycles. I swear to God, I want to see some kids riding bicycles.
There was grass in Naboo.
And of course,
Yeah,
you
but
got
not
your
they didn't have a front lawn, Charles.
Well,
and
they
a
just didn't
driveway.
miniature girl boss going on here. There's your bicycles.
There you go. They got
There you go.
riding
Wait a
bicycles.
minute. Geordie LaForge is in this one?
Yeah, that's the girl boss and her sidekick Blindy. Again with the there's the other Red Hulk.
I don't understand.
Red Hulk is in Skeleton Crew. That's awesome.
I know. Can you,
No,
Yes, you do understand. You just can't accept it as this is what they're actually doing.
yeah. So they basically made the Goonies in Star Wars,
right.
and you need that Spielberg crane shot over the suburbs in order
That
to
is
show
so
that off.
terrible. Like there's fucking houses, like cottage style houses, or like whatever you call them thing, ranches. Like,
Those aren't
what is
cottage
this?
style. There's no thatched
Ranches,
roofs,
sorry.
sir.
They're-
Come
that's
on.
what I meant, ranch
Those are
style.
bungalows
Sorry.
at best.
Split level, maybe.
Like that is just so
I-
bad.
I guarantee the planet's name is Suburbia.
No, It cannot be like that.
Oh,
Is
it
good. You
has
can,
to be. It has
this
to be.
guy. Wait, I didn't even realize this fucking guy's mowing his lawn.
Yes. What do you think he was doing?
That's what they do in the valley.
If
Come on, they've got space lawnmowers. What?
if this is the only issue with the show, I think I'll quite enjoy it.
I mean, look, I did see the trailer and stuff. I'll be honest, the trailer looked decent. It just doesn't look like, for me, like Rosella says, they're very much channeling the Goonies and the young, like, Spielberg adventure, young kids, Amblin era. And that's fine and stuff. I was never a big fan of the Goonies or those types of movies anyway. So it's but I can't like really shame it. They've been making a ton of Star Wars stuff that's more adult and adult oriented and stuff. So I mean, Star Wars
At least they're aiming for the kids. Yeah, they're going after the kids.
This is we haven't had like a live
Take
action.
Manny Jacinto instead.
Get your ass naked in the water.
And of course, the species, I guess they are in Star Wars, you would call them that, are all very well blended and mixed together and joined at the hip. And they come together as a team, steal a vehicle, blow up stuff, and go on an adventure with an old Jedi.
You got a baby Max Rebo in there.
Just for reference, the last time Star Wars did a movie specifically aimed for kids, it's called the Ewok movies. So it
was awesome, and it had Wilford Brimley, and we were all better for it.
That's a series, isn't it? Are they releasing all the episodes at once, or is it a week?
Oh no, they never do that. Disney never does that. They want to keep you as long as they can.
Look, the
the
show's got some pretty big directors as well. You got John Watts is the creator and directing episodes. You've got the Daniels, Academy Award winning directors. The Daniels, Bryce Dallas Howard is returning to the show. So that's another thing that they're trying to, I think, make a thing with is the directing list that they have for it.
Still didn't announce Acolyte season 2 yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering why it's not being referred to as like Stranger Things in Star Wars, since they're all kids and stuff.
Stranger Wars.
It would give them give people the sense that there might be some sort of horror element to it. I guess is probably why they wouldn't do that, And this is kind of like Stranger Things was like, what if Steven Spielberg did horror movies,
for kids,
and played D&D.
Have you seen Jaws?
Well, I'm just saying that the
horror movies for kids.
Sorry, have you seen Jaws?
I mean, let's be honest.
I did. I saw it in the movie theaters. I saw it in the movie. Back
I remember
when me and
my
Jaded
mom
saw Star Wars, there was only one movie shown at a theater at a time. If there were two movies, they showed one in the afternoon for kids, and they showed one in the evening for the adults, and that's where you saw Star Wars.
And you
with
walk 4
balconies
miles
and
in the
everything
snow
else.
uphill?
No, I do that now. Because I'm a parent.
And coming from Canada, I walked 4 miles in the snow both ways.
That's right. Uphill.
Both ways.
Uphill. And they're not like Texas, where once it becomes 50 degrees, everything shuts down. No, they keep going. They keep going and going and going. They wait until if the building collapses, that's when they shut it down. That's the only thing they do in Canada. Star Wars was always for dumb kids, and now it's for man babies. Nothing has changed.
That's not true. Lightsabers are yellow now.
Stop it.
Oh, please. We have purple lightsabers now. Give me a break.
That was from 1999. That was Samuel Jackson.
You're confusing me with Fred Flintstone. Oh.
Actually, they had it before. They actually had in the comics before, but
yeah, and they were still showing black and white films on purpose back when I saw Star Wars. So back then, they would release movies regionally. So Star Wars was a big hit across the United States, just not at the same time. It started off in New York, and then it made its way across the Midwest into the South. And then eventually, by the time it got to Grauman's Chinese Theater and you saw those big crowds, it was because it crossed the nation making waves. Same thing with Jaws. So there you go. That's your old age moment for the day.
Now I got 2 trailers I have to watch after this.
But yeah, that's what happened at D23.
Well, they did talk about Mandalorian and Grogu as well.
What?
And Toy Story 5.
And Toy Story 5. And I'll be honest, the one thing that I actually got excited for was the reveal of Stitch. I thought Stitch from Lilo and Stitch looked.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is 2026 and 2027, so it may never happen.
No, that stuff's well. Stitch is out next year. They had the reveal of.
But here's the thing about Stitch and Lilo and Stitch and the Moana thing that happened.
Yeah,
those were all meant to go to streaming. Okay.
True.
And then they had to meet their numbers right before this earnings call last week. So they move it out of that division into the theatrical division. And so those costs are no longer incurred through their division, thereby saving them money, bringing their overall losses down. Okay. So that's the only reason they're doing that. And when they do that, like we found out with the Rock and the Moana film, they have to renegotiate all the contracts for all the actors to release it in theater because they all signed television agreements or streaming agreements. So it still may not happen because of the legalities of it. And they've got him over a barrel. And the guy who does Stitch, if he's doing the voice, they want him back. He's gonna ask for more money. And so are the live action people. They're going to say, hey, I want that extra dollar.
I would think though, because now we've known Moana 2 was going to be a movie thing for a while. We've known about that, the rework. Stitch was the announcement that's going to be moved to theaters. I would hope that they had already gotten everything in order before they were just like, hey, summer 2025, baby, let's go.
So is it official then? No Lilo, just Lilo.
It's Lilo. Lilo and Stitch. Yeah.
Lilo's 45 now.
Yeah. That's because you're assuming
Lilo is played by by a 45-year-old actor by Gal Gadot.
She's 45 now. Just like the Ironheart chick, she looked like a little
really?
college kid in the movie. And when she came out on stage, she looked like she was teaching. So,
I would say the other couple things that came out too was Daredevil actually looked interesting.
Okay, is that a
Yeah,
TV?
it didn't look bad at all.
Is it a movie or a TV
Looked
show?
like it was.
it's a TV show for now,
Daredevil.
but they've got other earnings calls coming.
So it's another season or it's a new show.
It's a new season. It's a new season. They already announced season 2 and stuff, and then they did do stuff for Tron Ares, which I'm obsessed with Tron, so I'm stoked for that.
There's Tron. Okay. Is that a trailer too?
There was no trailer for that. No,
it was a leaked trailer. No official trailer, but they did announce Nine Inch Nails doing the music for it.
Okay, see, this is another thing about the modern audience. Oh my God, 9 Inch Nails is doing a soundtrack for a movie. Who cares?
But no, it's Atticus Ross and.
It's Trent Atticus Ross. But what's interesting is that they're for this film they are going by 9 Inch Nails, which means there's going to be their 9 Inch Nails heavy metal type aspects added onto their typical.
Yep, they've won the Oscars for their scores before.
I'm stoked I think obviously if you can't get Daft Punk, this is a phenomenal choice. You're bringing, first of all, 9 Inch Nails back.
Yeah, but they've also got Jared Leto in the movie. So
that's the one worry. I'll give you that. There's that.
A little bit of a kiss.
3 Seconds to Mars.
Oh my God.
This is the thing. If it was the 9 Inch Nails 20 years ago, I'd be impressed. But this is not. It's like taking the Rolling Stones out of retirement again and go, hey, can you do a soundtrack for us? Oh yes, the Rolling Stones. I've heard of them.
Well, who's a good modern band you would use?
I wouldn't. I don't care about the soundtrack.
They have to use someone.
Me and Joker talked a lot about. I would have loved to see.
Sounds like a great party.
M83, I think, would have been a good choice as well.
Ooh, M83 would have been cool.
There was only one movie ever where I cared about the soundtrack, and it was Highlander. And even if you didn't have Queen do the soundtrack, it was still an amazing movie. But because again, Queen did the soundtrack for the Flash Gordon movie, and that didn't help it no matter what. So
it was awesome.
Music's different for everybody in films. I would say for me, definitely like music can definitely elevate a movie and can change a lot. It can really make or break a movie for me, like a score or a soundtrack. And that.
Put Joker's last comment up.
The very last comment, this one?
No, the one before that.
I
What
would
do you-
agree with that.
Okay.
I agree
Yes.
with that.
Because when I go to a movie, I want to hear the soundtrack. That's why I go to movies, to hear music. Who goes to a movie
But
to hear?
nobody's saying you go to the movie to hear the soundtrack. But when you go to a movie and a soundtrack is so great that it elevates the movie and just kind of gives you this atmosphere, Blade Runner, Tron, all these types of songs that the atmosphere.
Gotta be honest, man.
No.
Like I just went on like a week-long road trip. The majority of what I was listening to was soundtracks. Like man, there's some great ones out there and they just are so atmospheric. I enjoy a lot of soundtracks, man.
You're forgetting that music used to be released to coincide with a movie. Like they would premiere one of their songs with a movie.
They would have either the album music inspired by the movie, where they release all of these songs by all of these artists who would produce music for the film that weren't even in the film, but they make these albums up, and then you have the official soundtracks for like things like John Williams doing the music, and he makes a difference in a lot of the stuff he's seen.
Yes,
Patrick.
And then you have movies like Suicide Squad, which do things like that and give it a bad name and do it wrong and stuff, and then you have a movie like Baby Driver that again does the soundtrack to the film and does it in a way that enhances the film. It's a part of the storytelling.
Yeah, but
Edgar Wright just has a way with soundtracks, though. Like how that dude has.
He's just got away with films, in my opinion.
You guys are misconstruing a score with a mixtape.
No.
Yes, it is, because that's what. If you have you're watching a movie that has really good pop songs from the 80s, that's a mixtape. But when you're
that's
another word
a
for
soundtrack.
mixtape would be
That's a
soundtrack.
Yeah. So if we're just sticking
now, if you're talking about score, then I'm with you.
Yeah,
a great
you brought up
score,
Queen.
the musical background to elevate the scene. That I agree with.
That's where John Williams came from. You brought
That's
up Queen.
That's what I'm talking about. Because again, Tron Legacy, it's not a soundtrack. That's a score. They're Daft Punk,
Right.
Blade Runner, the score.
Right.
Like.
If you're just talking, it's a movie that's got a bunch of 80s or 90s songs.
Inception.
I'm not counting
Inception, bro.
Yeah,
I was young when Inception. That was kind of the click for me, where I was like, oh, music and scores and movies.
Yeah. I don't think this Tron movie is going to be a collection of Nine Inch Nails' greatest hits for 2 hours.
No. That's what I'm saying. If it's going to be,
It's not. No. I don't know if you've seen movies like The Social Network.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing.
That has a great score to it, and guess who did that? I'm pretty sure that was Trent Reznor.
And it sounds, and those scores sound nothing like Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah,
now I'm interested to see Nine Inch Nails.
I've got an inside source in Disney that allowed me to sample some of the 9 Inch Nails for Tron Legacy. If you want to listen to that, let me make sure the volume is correct here on this one. This is an exclusive. You won't hear it anyplace else but here. So, and we're only going to play a few seconds of it, so because we don't want to get demonetized.
Taken down, obviously. Yeah.
So, here you go. Holy smokes! I'm a liar.
You can argue with something as great as this, Jaded. Man.
Okay, if I have to, then you've already lost. And besides, Trent Reznor was Trent Reznor without 9 Inch Nails. Let's just understand that, okay?
Well, again, I think that's what I'm saying is they've already proven themselves that when they score, they're nothing like 9 Inch Nails. So now the interesting thing is, okay, we know Tron has an electronic vibe. We know Trent Atticus can definitely do that. Now they're going to add some sort of heavy metal vibe into that intensity, which...
This is for not 9 Inch Nails soundtrack, or not 9 Inch Nails playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that movie sucked anyway, so it didn't matter what the music... It didn't matter.
That movie sucked. Based on what?
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry, Alien. This isn't a safe space. So
Jaded.
that's just,
It's my comfort film, Jaded.
Okay, here's the thing. I watched the original one and I loved it. I
I
saw
like the
theaters.
original too. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, the original's
in the
boring," or
theaters,
whatever.
in
I
black
like
and
it.
white, projected on a brontosaurus. That's how we saw Tron.
orchestra playing because they couldn't because Dolby didn't exist back then. I'm just saying I found it rather not what's it, meh is I guess the word. It was meh.
I think you're being
It's like-
hard on
Yeah.
the value of music in films.
Yeah.
Gray, how
Not
do you
only-
feel about
not
all
only
of this?
That, but yeah, Gray, say something, please.
Uh-oh. No Gray, he must be dealing with the dogs.
I need guys, got to feed the dogs. Don't mind me, guys, I'm no attention hog. Pass me by, I have to deal with the dogs. Bark, 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 rough, 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 rough. Having a ton of bow wows make podcasting tough.
Trent Reznor's not
I
a
love
good
it.
person.
That's great. I do apologize. I did have barking in progress. But yeah, it was, I think it adds so much. And you're right. It could just be a soundtrack. It could just be a mixtape. But sometimes that's done masterfully. Like I think of, almost any Tarantino flick. Just, man, it adds so much. Like, yes, I know the whole Stuck in the Middle with You. Like, yes, it's a classic song. But man, you pair it to Michael Madsen just like walking outside and the way he's able to kind of drop the sound out in that scene. It's just amazing, man. I don't know. It just adds so much to a film. And then you get an entirely new look on each song based off of how it's put together. Like, again, Guardians, like those are all classic songs, but man, that's a hell of a soundtrack. And yeah, you might just call it a mixtape, but dude, it adds so much to the experience. I love it so much.
Okay, Joker, you've actually proven that you are insane. Tron Legacy is amazing. The original film sucks. Legacy elevated the story. I can't even say it with a straight face. It's hilarious.
Digital jazz, man. Digital jazz.
Oh my God. That should be a line. That should be a line in a Batman comic where somebody goes, "Is the Joker really crazy?" and have the Joker character say that line.
Oh, he goes deeper.
I hate Tron 1. It's a lazy showcase of special effects and nothing more. Legacy did way more with story, character, and evolving the world as a whole.
I think he misspelled whore.
How? It's Tron was basically what it was like in a computer. There is no world. There is no Tron world. They are literally programs. They don't have houses and jobs. You've missed the point of the damn movie if you think Tron needs world building. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Spin the
Sometimes
wheel.
we just love listening to you rant. We love it when you're on. We love your voice. We love your take on it. And
I love the little sorry after.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, Borderlands again?
well,
Oh, God.
we talked about the movies
No!
in general, but we did not talk about Borderlands specifically.
We talked about movies in general. Now we're going to talk about the general movie.
Woof.
Yes,
We're
the
spending more
general
time on
movie-
Borderlands than any person going to the theater did.
But Blanchett, though.
That is right. That is right. You did spend more
Well,
time here than people did. But, for the sake of the Borderlands conversation, we're going to be looking at the headlines.
Who needs the facts when you have headlines? They're more dramatic than the truth. Just the headlines, that's all you need. That's better than calling this gossip.
So,
Another
according to
banger.
the headlines,
Great results.
This is perfect to wake me up. Again, music going sevens. Jam out.
not
in the
that, not that
chair.
Jada was putting anybody to sleep or anything, but the Borderlands movie
I
debuted
love
with a
Jada.
0% on on Rotten Tomatoes, according to Forbes. Variety says,
But I'm sure they just got dogpiled, right? Like that's not honest zero, right?
It's at
nah,
10
that's
now,
not
isn't it?
necessarily an honest zero,
Review
but
bombing.
Borderlands failed gamers like me. That's according to this Variety writer.
No.
And what is this? Katsu something gets untied. I don't know what this website is, but they says, "Hey, Borderlands films, get a much better game for the price of a ticket." So,
Okay. Okay, hot take. Anybody who liked the
You're
Super
kidding.
Mario Brothers movie is complaining about video game movies. Your credibility's shot. Sorry.
Are you just going after Joker today?
Yeah.
Is this
Like, I'm confused.
I feel like
you know
you're
what I actually
picking,
need.
man.
I
Like,
think it would be much easier for you, Jaded, to make because it would probably only take like 30 seconds to a minute of a video of what you actually do like. Help us out with that. Give us that, because I know it ain't going to take you long.
and then
That
we
would be
can
the quickest video you've ever made, I think.
Genre.
You just like genre. Is that what you said?
Pick a genre, and because again, if I ask you, I can give you a
Very
list of all
vague.
movies. Pick a genre, and I'll tell you what movie of that genre I like.
I don't have 17 years to go through.
Video game
That's why I'm
adaptations.
asking you to do this.
he's going to say Dances with Wolves, and then watch the comments explode.
I mean, it was a good movie though.
Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat.
There you go.
The new one.
First one. The first one.
No, the original one. I thought the original Mortal Kombat movie was
Okay. But what is that movie without the score? That movie is mainly that awesome digital Mortal Kombat song.
You mean the mixtape?
not a mixtape. Score.
Let Mortal Kombat begin.
Hold on.
Oh,
So with
it's not Mortal
Borderlands
Kombat.
here,
Here's a fatality in this movie.
Mashable said, Borderlands review, everything you hated from the video games with nothing you liked.
Oh,
And
That's a great headline.
and Koi Moi, I think that's what it says, Borderlands box office North America. Lionsgate video game adaptation poised to crash during the weekend after a dismal start of just 4 million. Ooh, I got to make this bigger. It's some tiny. The $115 million gamble on Lionsgate's video game adaptation does not seem to be paying off. Borderlands, the adaptation of this cheery adaptation. My affectations are wrong. Sci-fi shooter video game starring A-list stars, including Cate Blanchett on the way down, Kevin Hart on the way down, failed to make a dent in the North American, USA, Canada box office on opening day.
But it's also got Florian Montaño on the way up. I mean, come on.
Well, maybe not now. After this disastrous first day, the film, which was projected to earn $15 million earlier in the week, will now struggle to scratch 10 million mark on the opening weekend.
it's actually estimated to make 8.8 for the weekend right now.
There you go.
Nice.
He's always got more information than I do.
Well, he is the box office guy.
Before debuting in theaters, Borderland was plagued by multiple issues, including delays. While it was originally wrapped filming over 3 years ago, it underwent multiple extensive reshoots following the Disney model, I guess. Resulting in $110 to $120 million budget. Furthermore, the film also debuted to poor critical reception and a D cinema score. D plus. Ooh, that's generous.
That's passing.
In all fairness, the film also faced off against Marvel's juggernaut Deadpool and Wolverine, 3 weeks removed, which is on track to gross $50 million.
So they're saying it didn't fail.
So
Just a deep
Wolverine's 54 million for the weekend.
So is there any reason why they decided to put this up against Deadpool and Wolverine? Like, did they actually think that this stood a shot? It just seems like a lot of money wasted.
Well, not only that, but
25 million. So it's
what was the budget if the reshoots only inflated the budget to 110 to 120?
Well, on
this movie alone had to be like 50, 60 million. Maybe?
I hate to play the devil's advocate, but it costs less to make than the Acolyte.
So
Made
ends with us.
Costs money, sir.
And one thing
yeah.
I did hear, I haven't seen it, but I did hear that there are some really, really horrible special effects.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well,
Here's-
I don't
Here's
even
what
know what
you
to say.
here's what you do. See, I mean, this is why the Reynolds family is making a big weekend. They made a 25. His wife. It ends with this $25 million movie, and it earned at least $45 million this weekend so far. So that's the formula for
Well,
having
but-
a successful film.
Yes,
Make-
Ryan
less
Reynolds
than what-
definitely helped though too, because like, when was the last time a movie like this made that much at the box office on opening weekend? Like, this is kind of a resurgence for, I'd say, like that romance drama.
Anyone But
type.
You did well last year.
Yes,
Anyway, okay, anyone
and
but
it wasn't
you.
a good movie.
Right.
Right.
But still, those movies don't, for the last few years, up until Anyone But You and stuff, hadn't normally done well. And plus, Ryan Reynolds helped with the promotion. I know there was a lot of behind the scenes drama on that film. It ends with
Oh,
this.
really?
So. Yeah.
Well,
Ryan Reynolds helped out a lot.
I'm more interested in the in front of the screen drama.
I was about to say
Well,
he came in for the war,
Tron
Joker.
battle.
Now he's coming
Sorry,
after your Mario
I,
Brothers film.
I just returned and I had to come in and listen to Jaded's terrible hot takes yet again in the flesh.
Joker, you got a better chance dealing with the IRS than you do with me.
Yes. Yes, the IRS. Sorry, I don't screw with them. But you, on the other hand, this should be fun.
Tron Legacy invented a world that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's a simple computer programming analogy. The whole point of Tron was going, this is a fictionalized idea of how the computers work. And since in the 80s, the majority of people had no idea how computers worked, that fictional representation worked. But it was simply confined to how programs work. So creating a world around that was irrelevant. It didn't make any sense.
You're absolutely right, Jaded, which explains to me why you didn't understand the point of Legacy, because the entire point of the film of Legacy is the program becoming its own society and living on its own norms and creating its own creations based off its creators. So it goes beyond being a program at that point,
But
which is the
again,
entire point of the story.
now, where in the computer system is this world being created? Where? It can't. Within the confines of a computer system, you cannot create an outside world beyond the computer system because they break through the wall, right? When they were doing the light cycle fight, they're jumping. I'm going, where the hell are they going? They are going outside of the computer system, which is what Tron is literally confined to.
You've never experienced a glitch?
That's not a glitch. That's another world.
It's not a
That's
good. Okay. Have you never escaped like the confines of a border in a video game map and gotten outside the map?
Hey, explain how you escape the confines of your hard drive. Explain how you escape the confines of a hard drive.
They
You
do
were-
specifically mention in the beginning of the film the use of servers and their
Yeah.
online tech and how much it's changed inside. So all those things are explained.
And plus,
don't-
that's the other thing too. Like the Flynn's obsession is a big part of it, too, of doing all this, of making this world and leaving reality
Right.
and all that.
But
It's
Never
a
forget about the
father-son
cloud.
story wrapped in with the discovery of certain beings, ISOs and basics, and basics are pissed off. Or sorry, they essentially Clue 2 uses fear mongering to eradicate ISOs and trying to tell them that they are coming here with a sickness to kill basics. Which, if you've ever played the video game in between, they even go harder with that because he essentially becomes like a digital form of Hitler and tells them about how that essentially these ISOs are a virus that need to be destroyed. He's lying to them and
Right.
using Tron to do it.
he's just a revamped master control. That's all he is. But instead of saying the users are the enemy, he's saying this fictional creation is the enemy. Because the
Yes,
ISO They just magically happen. They just
Yes,
magically.
they were born and created on their own based off Flynn, exactly. Which is
Right.
what they even specifically say that Cora is an ISO, and
Right.
she has different blends and abilities between that in a program, and that's why she will be the savior of humanity, because she can not have certain sicknesses and regenerate
Right.
things and things that would help humanity, which is
Okay.
probably going to come into play in 3, but I digress.
But what I'm saying is, there's no world building. There's no world to build in the Tron franchise, is what I'm saying. So you're saying they're doing world building. I go, there's no world building in the Tron franchise. It's literally confined to the computer system of
I
one.
would have agreed with you with the original film, but since they've proven that not to be the case with 2 and its other games and novels, that's truly not the case.
But they're not. There were Tron novels. I didn't know that. They expanded the Tron novels. Well, then that's fine.
Yeah, digital novels and other forms of media.
They can do whatever they want with the franchise. It's their franchise, and they can do whatever they want. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense for that. Even in the first Tron movie, there's that scene where Flynn is falling down, and there's like this little dinner party where of all these people walking around. I'm watching that, and I'm going, that doesn't even make any sense. But then in the Tron Legacy, there's a nightclub. I go, what do you mean there's a nightclub in the computer system? How is there a nightclub in a computer system? It makes no sense.
You ever have a computer stall on you where it freezes up and you don't know where all the memory is leaking to? It's the nightclub.
The nightclub.
It's the nightclub. That's where all that is going. It's a whole lot of.
Once again, all this is explained by Flynn in the beginning of the film.
And
highways, computer systems, roads, and so on, and society echoing that thing in the program and becoming just like his society, which is based off his creation, which is their ideas, and then they evolve from it and become something better than us.
Hold on, Joker. He doesn't explain it. He just says that that's what happened. There's no explanation for it.
But like, you're complaining about how computers work. If you were to watch a movie about how they really work, you're just looking at ones and zeros. Is that entertaining for you?
Explain to me how Palpatine came back somehow.
And funny enough, those ones and zeros are more entertaining than the first film.
Now that's a low blow, Rosales. That's a low blow.
Ones and zeros.
You know the movie. I just want to explain, Jaden. The first film is so boring that there's a scene where one of the main characters falls asleep in the scene. That's how boring the first film is. And if you don't believe me, go watch it. I screenshotted it and made a tweet. I said, my God, it's so boring that even the main characters don't like this film.
That's fine. You're allowed to have your misguided opinion, and that's just how American works.
I told you I'm a big Tron fan, but I'm not a big Tron fan because of the first film. I have my problems with that movie. There are things I like about it, and most of the good stuff in Tron 1 is when they're of the program, at the beginning and at the end.
Everything will
I think the
become
ideas
clearer.
are not fleshed out, and it's too much of a how should we say, an E3 presentation without fleshed out ideas. I think the
Everything
second
will be
film is
explained
superior
within
in
the
every way.
context of Skeleton Crew. So
I'm not saying that Tron wasn't a CGI film fest. That was the whole point of it. That was its main draw. But within the world of Tron 1, having the idea of Tron Legacy just doesn't make sense unless the books decide to change and expand them, and then the movie is going based off of, the expanded universe books, and that's fine. I just never even knew there were Tron books to even go off of. I'm simply going off of the original movie. Like I said, even in the original movie, when you see that little dinner party scene, I'm watching it and I'm going, that doesn't even make any sense.
Why?
there's a lot of books out there that people don't know about that they should know about, like The Avenger, which is available free at globalcomics.com, completely refurbished and made whole once again through Rosales Comics' magical technique of upscaling and cleaning, and presented to you in its original boring format. So try not to fall asleep like that guy on the ground who's being drugged by the hero.
or the people in Tron 1.
Yes. But hey, what do you say we give it another spin?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I wasn't really waiting for an answer. I'm just slow at moving.
Yeah. Let's hear these Hulk rumors.
There's
Oh,
Hulk rumors?
God.
There's not Hulk rumors, but I'm about to start them.
Ah, okay.
Shit.
T.
I am about to start them. Let me pull that up here. Why do I got two D23s? Okay. There we go. All right. There were a lot of things going on where, let me get rid of this. Get rid of that real quick and that one. We'll stop that. And then we'll do one of these numbers over here. Usually this is all silent, but in my head, but now I'm just talking out loud. So there was real excitement here in this Collider article about Anthony Mackie confirming rumors back when this happened. And it says here, did Anthony Mackie just unintentionally reveal a major plot point from for the next MCU movie?
Ooh,
And they were,
I
of
heard your
course,
tease of
talking
this
about
last weekend and have been really looking forward to this. So sorry for interrupting.
No, they were on a panel together with Harrison Ford, and he says the events of the Hulk in his film don't pertain to this movie at all. When he shows up, his world, his universe, his story is completely separate from the way we utilize him here in our story. So they're all excited about Mark Ruffalo showing up in the Captain America Winged Soldier movie. And I thought to myself, this looks a little interesting because that's not what I'm excited about from what he's saying here. The events of Hulk and his film do not pertain to this movie at all.
That's referring to the one from Phase 1 starring at
Well, the Hulk doesn't have his films. He hasn't had a film, in a while, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe, I don't know. But the events of Hulk and his film is what's interesting because he's talking about specifically Mark Ruffalo's Hulk in this movie, not being in this film. And he doesn't have in the MCU his own film.
Yeah.
But if they happen to have made a deal with Universal, like they've done with Sony for Spider-Man, then his film and what happens in his film don't have anything to do with the Captain America Winged Soldier. You see what I'm saying here?
But wouldn't that be referring to the Edward Norton Hulk movie?
I don't think so. I don't think he's talking about that.
His film don't pertain to this movie at all. It's his world, his universe, his story. Well, the Edward Norton Hulk is not the same as the Mark Ruffalo Hulk.
It is. It's the exact same Hulk.
It's just a recap.
As of last year, Universal, their rights were reverted back to Disney. Marvel.
Is that right?
Yes. Last year, June.
Yeah, probably because
23.
they haven't produced another movie. And
Right.
that's-
I wasn't
I'm
aware
pretty
of that.
Those rights are held on those contingencies, which is why they made Ang Lee's Hulk.
So those Hulk movies, though, are pretty much canon now, and those events led Mark Ruffalo to being in the first Avengers team-up movie, which means that that's not the Hulk film he's talking about. And if Charles is correct here, and his usually is when it comes to these sort of things, they now have the rights to make a Hulk movie, and Anthony Mackie knows something about it.
Ooh.
World War Hulk movie then.
Yeah, if they haven't already screwed that with Ragnarok.
Well, I have seen articles and rumors going around coming out ever since Deadpool and Wolverine came out that they are actively working on a Wolverine
versus Hulk.
movie. So I would assume if there's any validity to those rumors, that would kind of make sense in the context of what he's talking about.
Anthony Mackie is a highly underrated, underused actor. The man is classically trained. He was also in 8 Mile. Well,
I would say we're about
that's
to
not the
really
flex you
find
think
that
it
out.
is.
I think, yeah, I think we're this
We
movie
have
coming up
come to-
here. is going to be the real test for that.
So I'm blanking, but I remember last year there were rumors that Betty Brannick or whatever was coming back. So they were able to get, now I'm blanking on her name, but from the Edward Norton one. Was that for a TV show or was that for a movie? I can't remember exactly.
You're talking about that Aerosmith daughter lady chick?
Yeah, Liv.
The Betty
Liv-
Ross
no,
character.
Liv
Liv
Tyler.
Tyler.
Yeah, thank you. I was blanking on her name, but what were they talking about? She was possibly coming back to the MCU for. That's
Well,
not
she
the whole
would
movie.
be the daughter of Thunderbolt Ross in this movie. So if she
Fair
comes
enough.
back, that does confirm that Edward Norton's Hulk is canon.
Right. That's what I would. So I'm saying if Liv Tyler is going to reprise her role as Betty Ross, then that statement would have to be referring to the Edward Norton.
No, because now it's included in all of that.
Yeah.
So it's included.
Universal, it was just about distribution. It's no different than Sony. Like the way they borrow Spider-Man.
Yes.
It's just if they make a solo movie, Universal has some sort of
they get a
distribution,
cut.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Hulk movie should be launched out of the canon? Out of a canon or the canon?
Canon films
And
in the 80s.
We already knew this too, because in Civil War, Thunderbolt Ross has his little, that's the actor from the Incredible Hulk movies. So we already knew they were probably going to evolve this once they got the rights anyway and do something with it. So I'm not surprised.
Well, fine. Don't be surprised then. Heard rumors that Eric Bana will return as the Maestro Hulk in either World War Hulk movie or Secret Wars.
I hope not.
I just need the MCU to hurry up and reboot so we can get a proper Hulk movie.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, after Secret Wars, man, just 10 short years from now, we'll get a reboot.
Cardboard
not even
Banner.
10 years. We only get 2 years. Technically, a little over 2. About
Cardboard Banner filled with gamma rays.
This bullshit's supposed to end by May of 2027. I'm going to be real pissed if it doesn't.
I don't get that.
So you're going on the assumption that Secret Wars is going to reboot the MCU?
It really fucking should. How much longer do we really have to keep doing this? I don't. I like it. It does. Like it really does. It needs to end. It needs to be rebooted. Just get it
Really?
over. Yes.
But what difference is it going to make if they're going to make the same crappy movies?
No, they have a chance not
Well,
to make the same crappy movie.
yeah,
Is what
well,
they
they
actually
have-
a
It's
chance
too
to do.
messy and convoluted. As Austin and Bob and I said many times before, if they reset and they started with the Fantastic Four and the new X-Men, that would be a perfect launching point
Yeah.
to go on with the continuing new story. Now, they've chosen not to do that and mix it up with their terrible films and their great 10-year run. And it's going to be messy.
Well, we get Red She-Hulk maybe once a month. Joe Fixit. Joe Fixit.
Oh, that would be interesting. But that's going to confuse a lot of people. They're not going to understand the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
And
That
it's like-
should be Eric Bana. That one should be Eric Bana. Joe
Yeah.
Fixit.
Imagine a Hulk movie as a Las Vegas bouncer. The audience are going to go, "What the hell is this?"
See, they could have cast China as Red She-Hulk,
Yeah.
but she's no longer with us.
No.
Oh,
Rest in
yeah.
peace.
Then the multiverse.
I mean-
oh god.
I mean, technically, she did play She-Hulk. Technically.
Oh no.
Technically.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got one topic left. If I
Yeah.
can find it.
Cartoons are gone.
Yes. People are complaining. They're mad.
Really?
They're upset. They are. Classic cartoons fans, it's time to say farewell. Warner Brothers Discovery decided to close Boomerang, their streaming service for throwback animated favorites. Boomerang, born as a digital cable channel in 2008, leaped to streaming in 2017. And so they're upset. These really, really old people who are now on a fixed income that they can't see their cartoons. Say goodbye to the Boomerang, the streaming service dedicated to classics, according to Engadget. Classic cartoons. Warner Brothers is shutting down Boomerang's streaming service dedicated to classic cartoons. It'll officially cease operations September 30th, giving subscribers around 2 months to quickly binge every Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo cartoon. However, some content will be folded into Max. The linear channel will continue to operate via cable and satellite providers. So it's not really going anywhere, but there's still outrage.
Right.
Because it's not online. You can still get it as part of your cable package, but it's not available on your computer.
I mean,
But it's still there.
The streaming service probably wasn't that popular.
Yes. And this is what Warner Brothers does, is if it doesn't make them money, they figure out a way to make it make money. And the reason only some of the cartoons are going to Max is because the rest are being licensed out to a brand new channel out there.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. So this goes on about Max and blah, 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 blah. However, MeToons TV, which is an over-the-air broadcast channel, and in some cases, if you have like Friendly, the streaming service, it's available there as well. So on some streaming services,
Really
and
unfortunate
over-the-air,
name.
MeTV Tunes? MeTV
Oh, okay.
Tunes.
So I thought you said Me Tunes.
I did.
Hashtag Me
That's-
TV
That's
Tunes.
bad times.
Yes.
I'm gonna say you can just erase some of those letters and it's me too.
It's Me Too.
I got Weinstein.
So they're bringing the Warner Brothers classic cartoons to a National Weigel Broadcasting Network. So yeah, this is where those cartoons are going. You rat bastards.
Interesting.
It's again, look here: Sling TV, Hulu, Live TV, YouTube TV, Direct TV Now, Fubo TV, PlayStation View. That's still a thing. Viacom's Pluto and TV Max and Zoom Up. So it's available. It's still there. It's just not where you
It'd be
thought it
everywhere.
was.
Yeah.
It's
Just shuffling it around. That's all.
And now you
Yeah,
don't have
kind
to
of-
pay for it in a TV package, so that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? You can go and watch it on Pluto for free.
But whenever you see Disney
Like
having a
Scooby-Doo
bad
jump on
quarter, a lot of this stuff starts coming out where, Warner Brothers is doing it again. They're shutting down. They don't believe in the fans. They don't like their content creators. They're not giving anybody a chance. It's a die, Zaslav, die.
The worst
I
see
apologize
out
to
of
everybody who just got demonetized for sharing this stream.
You know,
You
the
got that
worst I
part
see
out.
come from this, though, like that, Rosales, is when you see the people that look at that and then, use some of the properties that Warner Brothers will be licensing off as a correlation to, we'll see, since they'll license this off, what makes you think they won't license off DC to Netflix so Zack Snyder can finish his vision?
Yeah.
And that just, makes
He
me
actually deserves it. That's what.
no.
Well, they can't use that argument anymore because now that they're saying that they're putting his other zombie films on hold, they can't use them. So,
Yeah.
thank God.
So yeah, there's a lot of hate going out there because for Zaslav and everything else, and it's only helping the smart investor, because when stuff like this happens, and the price of a share of Warner Brothers Discovery goes down, and right now it's below $7 a share.
Wow.
So
Wow.
if you got $30 spare, become a voting board member and get in there, because Superman is going to come out and in less than a year, and it's definitely going to go above 10. I'm assuming. Don't take financial advice from me. I live in a hole.
Well, that's if they start promoting the freaking movie.
Yes. You see all this right here? This is within a cardboard box, so don't take financial advice from me. I live in a box on the side of the street.
Well, to be
Stream
fair,
from
I
outside
think it's
Starbucks.
smart that they decided to promote their new logo for the company and push that they have the new DC logo resembling the comics, and that, James is aiming for this whole revamp of this entire style of what their approach is from now on going forward with DC
I
films,
think that's
which is
all
good.
fine.
Start
And
with that and then advertise your first film.
That's all fine and dandy, but again, there's too much writing on this movie for
I
for
agree.
DC,
Like
for James, for all this. And when you have freaking Marvel coming out, Fantastic Four hasn't even started shooting, but they're saying, hey, we shot something specifically for Comic-Con. It's not like James Gunn didn't know Comic-Con was coming when he started shooting this. And so
but let me give you an example, though, okay? Let's use your example right here. Saturday, Comic-Con was won by Marvel. Yeah. Without a doubt. It got all of the things, but it spent over $200 million to get that done, getting RDJ signed and the Russo brothers signed, and getting that footage out there that everybody just kind of laughed at with the Fantastic Four stuff. You know, it looked like they were trying to emulate for
MCU fans, but let's be honest, for MCU fans, they ate it up.
Friday was won by Warner Brothers Discovery by reverting back to a logo that was already designed.
But let's
the bullet
be honest,
logo has been designed. So they won Friday with by paying a graphic artist $69, and instead of winning Saturday by spending over $200 million.
Sure, they won the day, but they didn't win the weekend. Like, that was quickly overshadowed by the next day. I mean, that's my thing. You have to, like, I'm not, I just think with this, again, there's too much, right? Even freaking Man of Steel, the first teaser came out a year and a half with The Dark Knight. Like, they were smart, If anything, we should get something with Joker. We should get some sort of teaser, something where they're like, "Hey guys, we have something for you." Like,
I think they're being smart by not showing clips of Joker.
Hold on.
Exactly. Yes.
Not to be jaded, but here's the thing: all these little teaser things that you're asking for. I hate to break it to you, but everybody demanding this. It's not about wanting to know about the movie. It's about wanting to have content on for video. Okay? I'm sorry. Yeah. You want all of these teasers. You want all of these little news leaks. Why? So that YouTubers who are covering this stuff have content.
I could give a hot liquid shit about a YouTuber.
I'm sorry.
No. I think this is a business move here, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter when you release those trailers, they're going to cover it. The fact is you have a time frame now. Fantastic Four comes out shortly after Superman. Marvel is at the height is trying to come back with their stuff. Yeah, DC has to make a move and has to start getting people ready. If this is going to be the summer of Superman, which is what they advertised it as at CinemaCon, then we need to fucking start now. Start now. Sorry, my bad.
Wait, why do we need to start? I got a question. Why do we need to start this summer if it comes out next?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
because that's called we're preparing. It's called prep.
Well,
it's called
here's my question.
Every movie nowadays does that, though. In modern marketing movie, a big movie like that does that.
I think that's what DC's trying to get. Here's my thing. What is the difference between, in general, tell me what's better? Having the MCU announce all their crap where they have all these visuals that aren't finished and all this terrible art and this AI crap they're releasing on the thing, and then also having scenes that they shot just for the fans that they'll inevitably completely change, that will have no impact to the story whatsoever, or DC taking their merry time, which is what James specifically said he was going to do this time around, and completely pivot the way they should have, the way the old movie making used to be, slowly wait until the summer and then plaster it on everything.
You still need to get
taking your time until things are finished.
You still need to get people talking.
Let me ask you a question there.
Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah,
Alien,
that's my concern.
Do people not know about the new Superman movie that's coming up?
Sure, we spent all summer for the most part arguing about it, but then now we need to get over arguing and start getting excited.
People are already talking about it.
People are already excited if they're arguing. So
you got people that are angry and you got people that are excited, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really. At that point, I think it's smart for James to say, you know what? I'm not going to put anything out early until it's finished, because I want the naysayers to be like, wow, okay, we're surprised. And I want the people who are already excited for this to be even more excited. I think it's a smart move.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, again, dude started shooting this at the beginning of the year. He knew Comic-Con was coming. He edits along the way. He does all of these types of things. And this is where I counter with Jaded, whereas like, I'm not asking for anything to cover on YouTube, or I think that like the smart move, in my opinion, would have been an exclusive 1-minute teaser for your Comic-Con audience. You never release it online, just like he never released the exclusive teaser he released to Comic-Con exclusively for Guardians 3.
When
Never
he released
it
his
online.
first official image of Superman, did that get people excited and hyped about the movie, or did they
Got a
turn on
ton
him
of
and crap on
views.
him? They crapped on him because of that. So I wouldn't feel incentivized to share anything else until
Absolutely.
it was
Yeah, but
absolutely
But
ready.
they adapt to the buzz. Like when
But-
Sonic, they released the early footage of Sonic, and it was like, oh, that's not.
And exactly, I understand what you're saying. It's like you may not want to, but I'm sorry, I can't care about your feelings, right now, James Gunn. We have a movie to make money off of, because if it doesn't, DC's in trouble. Period. DC
What does
is
this
in
have to do
trouble.
with James's feelings, though? He's thinking about the
Well,
reputation of the
because
company.
Rosales said, he after the release of the first footage, after the first
No, I'm
image,
talking
it
in
wasn't-
this. Not. It's not about feelings. It's definitely not about feelings. But if you're doing something to market and it doesn't work the way you want it to, then you don't continue marketing in that fashion. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
okay,
exactly.
so
You gotta find
Which is
another
what
way.
old WB would have done.
Which, you got to find another way to market, because let's be honest, that first picture was not the best first picture
he
to release.
definitely didn't send Corn Sweet out there onto the talk show market to talk about how people are hating on him because he's not somebody else, and start trashing Zack Snyder and his group of people and talking about how toxic the fandom is or anything like that. No, they're out there to make a movie, and that's what he's doing. And it's the marketing team to market the movie when they have something that's ready to be marketed. And right now, at this point, this early in the filmmaking cycle, is not the time to start showing people behind the scenes stuff.
I mean,
It's not
they're
time to
already.
start-
They do that
It's
all
not
the time.
ready. It's
Look
not
at
ready,
you.
though.
Even
Yeah, but
even if
it
I
doesn't
got
even
okay
have to be
again,
anything
even if
shown
it's,
from the film, and
you
this
can
has been
literally not
proven.
put a trailer together,
Yeah.
because guess what? James Gunn did a behind the scenes reel for the Suicide Squad. That was awesome.
I don't. You know what?
It
I
was
don't
the-
even need that.
you know.
Take me back to 19. You know what they could have easily have done, and this is all you have to do to start hype. The same way, since we're going with the old school logo and we want to stand on some principles and some foundations of what was, the original DC and all that. That's great. And you know how you do it? Give me the
People
same.
still use faxes.
Yeah, they do actually. My doctor's office does. Give me the same type of trailer they gave out for the original Superman the movie. Give me that. I don't need to. I don't need to see. I don't need to see one clip of film. I don't need to see anything. Just give me something to get hyped.
I think a sizzle reel, something exclusive.
Not even a
to
sizzle
the
reel, man.
Comic-Con
I could see-
audience.
Guys,
No.
listen,
Anything.
you're asking for something that's already
Anything.
been done. You're asking for, Austin was asking for a minute teaser, and
I'm
you're
asking for
a
anything.
sizzle reel. What you want? You want 30 seconds of just the music and the logo coming up? Why? We already know what the banner and the
No.
logo for the freaking film is. What
Yeah.
good is a 30-second thing going to do when you have not only the new DC logo, you have the Superman logo?
Yeah, you need to go farther. You need to again show a behind the say, hey, I'm James Gunn. We're here on the set of Superman on location, shooting on site, little behind the scenes. We've already
I
seen
don't
the
think
set
that
picture.
always. I don't think that's
We've already
always
seen-
effective.
Didn't
With
lock down
Suicide
his
Squad,
sets
it wasn't.
completely, and everybody had an opportunity to see him on set and see Corn
Yeah.
Sweat on set
Yeah,
and
exactly.
see Lois
So-
on set. So that stuff is out there already of him.
So
behind
show
the
it
scenes.
off in a nice manner.
He's
Show it off
already-
to your Comic-Con
So,
audience.
I guess
and get your
the-
Comic-Con audience hyped about it, so they come out talking about it.
Because
Listen.
Alien, hold on, Alien, you have to understand. Comic book fans are not the target audience for comic book movies. It is the general audience. The general audience don't care about any of this stuff. They don't care. You
Right,
are not.
that's why you show it at Comic-Con, so all the people leaving Comic-Con go, guess what I just
The
saw? And
hardcore
you did
audience
it
is
at
going to
Comic-Con.
go. They're
let me
going to
see
go
what-
anyways. The hardcore haters and the hardcore lovers, they're going to go. It's the general
Yeah,
audience that Warner Brothers needs to win back.
You want them to advertise to an audience that is already committed to watching the movie.
Well, with DC,
You
with DC, their whole audience is not committed to it. DC's not in the state that Marvel is, where we're just going to go, oh, it's a DC movie, we're all going to go. No, like you do have a faction of people that are just hating on it or giving it shit or doing all this because
No, you
But
have
I
the
mean-
Snyder
Not-
people that are hating.
yes, exactly, yeah.
But I mean, aside from two logos, what do we have though? We don't.
Weren't
have,
they pumping
why can't
Follow
we
You
just-
Do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
So
that
how
made
did-
$1 billion, the original, and that's
That
money
is-
for them.
That's
Like,
literally what I was gonna say too. Even if you have a teaser in front of Follow You Do, people are gonna go see that movie no matter what. You're putting footage and the movie in front of an audience.
Well,
Everybody's
you know,
gonna
you're
see-
talking about the future though, because that's not
Yeah.
even out yet. So
Yeah.
by
Like
the
next
time that
month.
comes out, yeah.
Well, okay.
It's
but
pretty
Maybe
soon.
then.
It's
When
pretty
do I
soon.
get to see? Like, I guess the question is when is it appropriate for this movie to start marketing? When is it okay to start actually seeing maybe a
Next
billboard
year.
with the
They
logo
better
next
have
year?
some footage out by
Next
the
year,
end
absolutely.
of this year, or that movie's in
Or
trouble.
what?
So like, well,
Or
when
what?
next year though?
March 3rd.
Okay, but the movie,
Like, yeah, like when?
January, anytime. You can put something at the end of this year on the holidays. We don't even know
I'd
what's
say
what's coming
November
for
or
Christmas.
December.
My
is when you
thing
need to
is
start.
Christmas is a perfect time to put out a teaser. My thing in general too is, and speaking, Rosales knows this, so this isn't news, and so does some of you guys. I was on the set of Superman. I was in Superman, and let me just say this: what is it that you guys didn't see? Because as I'm literally working as a background extra, everybody and their grandmother was trying to take photos of everything we were doing on location.
Did we just get a scoop on
You guys have
who plays the
seen
Joker in
so
this
much
one?
shit. No,
I don't know what that's
this is just me
supposed to
doing my act work. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Joker.
I wanted to be
confirmed in
involved in some way.
Metropolis.
And so, yeah, exactly.
But I don't know what that's
it's-
supposed to
everybody
do
was
for
taking
me.
photos.
Like cool. I saw some set photos.
will,
Like
but that will be hype on its. That is behind the scenes
Well,
stuff, though.
You watch the
What?
footage and do for yourself.
to a certain extent, but it's
Right.
not Warner Brothers officially put together, marketed.
Yeah.
We're putting this
Yeah,
out
you
there.
know,
That's just
yes,
some
really
people taking pictures, like-
unauthentic, rehearsed, boring crap versus just genuine on the set moments.
I'm
Tell me,
sorry,
which
I've
do you
seen a
rather
lot
see?
of James Gunn promotion. None of it has been boring crap.
Yeah.
Everything that
And-
he has done, from the sizzle reel to Suicide Squad to the exclusive teaser he released for Comic-Con that never came out, to all of the stuff that the man knows how to market. He
Okay,
knows how to, like.
And they
Well,
said this
you
was
wouldn't.
going to
be
be
I
one
don't
of the
believe
biggest
that. I don't
marketing
I don't believe that
pushes.
you believe that though,
hold on, Alien. Let me
because
ask.
he hasn't done it yet, according to the way you think he should do it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the surprise to me. Again, look at all of those movies. Those movies, he put footage out a year or close to a year before they were even coming out.
He
had
wasn't in
something ready.
charge of the biggest division in the world right now. That was
True,
different. He was
I'm
literally
saying
just
that
a
was-
director
but that was
coming
the
over
s-
from Marvel.
That was the
He-
smart
He
decision
is
on
now
Marvel
has
being
to
the
focus on other things.
sure, but
Yeah.
that was the smart decision on Marvel saying, "Hey James, get something ready because we need to promote it." Somebody at DC, at frickin' Warner Brothers, somebody, even though Gunn's in charge, should be saying, "Hey, we got a movie and money to make, right? So get something ready. You're going to be shooting in the beginning of the year. You got time. You can plan it. Do whatever
Exactly
you
what
want.
he was.
care.
No,
They haven't set a
you know-
precedent for making money, though.
Last
But-
year,
but
they
here's your
did not
date,
promote a lot
you
of
know.
stuff. Last year, they didn't promote a lot of stuff that everybody felt that they should have, because they couldn't afford to promote them. Okay, because it costs a lot of money to promote these things, and what you want them to do is start promoting a movie that isn't going to make them any money until next year.
They got burned in the
that's-
2010s. Too.
This is
But
they are now in the third quarter. They showed losses in the second quarter. They came under their projections, and which is why another reason their
Sure.
stock tanked. However,
But
they
that's
did.
marketing.
No, if you don't have the money to market, you don't market, because
The movie has rumored
you
apparently
don't have
it
the
has a
money.
$300 million budget. If that's the case, it's most likely because yes, they are planning a mass and good for them. They need to. There needs to be a massive marketing. Like they said, it's got to be the summer
marketing
of Superman.
budget is
I
not
wanna
normally
see,
included inside the budget that's
no, it
used to
usually
make the
goes
film.
on top of
That
that
is
budget for-
totally
well,
separate.
that's the thing. I don't see this movie spending $300 million just. If it is, that's one of the biggest movies ever made, just without marketing, right? So I'm going into it assuming that it's about 150 to 200 million dollars.
I think they shot two
about
movies.
100 million. That's
Yeah,
what
we
Joker
talked about
thinks.
this
That's
in
what
two
Joker
films.
thinks
Yep.
too. I
I
don't.
have
I
my
don't.
theory.
I don't think Warner Brothers has that much faith.
I
in
think
it,
he is
to be
shooting a
honest.
lot more than you guys might understand.
You
There, I was kind of
you think
insane.
they're going the
how much-
original route and shooting back to backs like that, utilizing the same sets for different scenes and stuff like
That
that?
would be
I
great.
don't think
Mm.
that everything that they shot is going to be seen in the first film. A lot of people are going to be having questions, wondering, well, what about this? What about that? What about the Hall of Justice
Yeah.
and this other stuff? I think there's things out there that they have shot wherever they were at that is included. This is not just one film. Like you said, it's a $300 million budget. It's not, it didn't go to the cast. It didn't go to the crew.
Right.
It's not definitely not going all to special effects. So it has to be going into editing this footage that they've shot into 2 films. Okay.
That, or again, I would, but see, that's the thing. What indicate we have directors for Supergirl. So now you're saying if he's shooting stuff for Supergirl or The Authority, which we know Gunn is not directing either. So now he's shooting
No,
things
I
for
didn't
movies.
say that.
He's
I
not
did not
directing.
say he was shooting The Authority. I didn't say he was shooting Supergirl. I said he's shooting us 2 Superman films at once. It's a 2-parter.
Ooh. I mean, I would love for that, but I just don't see Warner Brothers having the faith to allow
And what
him to do that.
Rosales just said, by the way, about saying, oh, people are going to complain. Well, there's no Hall of Justice in there. We saw this on set photos. Once again, you all have overhyped and gotten all these photos on what you think is coming out. And if it doesn't come out, you've only have yourself to blame. And then guess what? The company has not marketed what you're going to see in that film because the first teaser isn't out yet and because the stuff isn't finished. And that is what you should be anticipating for next year. You shouldn't be getting it early. You shouldn't get it pre-cooked and where it's
No,
like
I want it
completely
I'm not
underdone.
asking
You
for
should get
anything.
it finished.
I mean, I'm not
want it
asking for
now.
anything pre-cooked unless, like I said, unless it's behind the scenes where it's obvious, like we're not showing you edited, done footage. This is a sizzle behind the scenes.
But
Whatever.
how many times can you
Um,
name where DC has done the Marvel tactic and won?
Yeah.
They were doing fine. There was a lot of hype.
Dark
Suicide
Knight
Squad.
movies?
Suicide Squad. The first trailer
Which-
came out a year in advance. Movie as
Which
shit
one?
as it
Which
was.
version
still,
of it? Which
the
version of the
first one.
Suicide? Oh, that
The
movie
first one.
That's a
sucked
failure.
balls.
I'm not.
It's
Yes,
terrible.
it's a
And
terrible.
they made the
The
wrong
marketing was
decision.
crazy.
To show it.
But yes, the movie.
100%. But guess what? The movie made $800 million.
It was terrible, though.
I
It was
agree.
horrible.
So are the Venom movies.
And
They
what you're
make
talking
a
about
shit
there, hang
ton
on
of
one
movies
second.
of money.
Hang on one second. I'm going to explain something to you real quick, and then I'm going to throw it to Jade because Jade has got something to say. But what you had happening there was the management going in and undermining the director and re-editing the movie behind his back before he was done with it, letting him sign off on his version of the film because he had final say, and then releasing the one that they used that they had edited with people who specialize in trailers
Right.
put together. That's the one that they released. Okay. They undermined what he was going on. And this is what you want them to do to James Gunn. You're saying no. Listen to what I'm saying. You said somebody above James Gunn needs to correct him and make him understand that you need to do this like they did to Suicide Squad. The people that were
never said
behind
that.
Suicide Squad are wrong. They were wrong to begin with. They were
I never
wrong
said that.
afterwards. They undermined what he was doing creatively. And now David Ayer is releasing his own director's cut, even though he's saying it's not the director's cut, but it's the director's cut. He's full of crap. So the management is now entrusting James Gunn to do what he says he's going to do. He's going to either fail or succeed on his own merits and his own decisions, not with
You're
people
talking
going
about-
behind his back and marketing the film without him knowing what they're doing.
You're talking about two different things, though, because I never said that. First of all, Gunn works for somebody at the end of the day, even though he's still the head, right? So, yeah,
Yes.
it's not hard for somebody to come in and say, hey, Gunn, you started shooting in February, Comic-Con.
But your example was the
have
first
something-
Suicide Squad.
have
Your
something ready
example was
by
the
then.
first Suicide Squad.
But
was it
even
not?
then, that's a different thing because, yes, that movie
Well,
was
then
taken
you
over
shouldn't
as
use it
the-
as an
the-
example.
that
Then
movie
you
was
shouldn't use
taken
it as an
over.
example if it was.
I can still use it as an example because I'm talking about the marketing, not the movie being taken over.
I'm talking.
by
You
some
are talking about
film
people going
trailer
behind his
editing
back
people.
and making something happen.
David Ayer knew that trailer, that first trailer that came out at Suicide Squad a year before, is famously known as David Ayer's footage. He's proud of that trailer. That's the trailer.
Yeah, that's a great trailer. But guess what
Yes.
they did?
They didn't
The company
deliver that movie.
remarketed the film. They
Exactly.
didn't deliver the actual movie. The only thing
But
that
they
made that
started
film successful
marketing.
was
So you
the
want
Hot
them to
Topic
lie.
marketing and all this
You
other
want
stuff.
them to lie.
No, I want
And
them to
take something
market the
away.
movie.
Yeah,
No,
I-
then why
you're
are
a
you
little off
taking
here,
all
I
of my
think.
stuff out of context and making
Yeah.
it like I'm
No, I'm
exaggerating?
using your context. I'm using your
That's-
context
that's not
because
my
the
context at
marketing
all.
team took what David Ayers did.
And they
used
no,
it.
the marketing team didn't do that.
No,
The
you
film,
said the
Warner
marketing
Brothers
team.
executives did that and sent it. No.
No,
Marketing and the actual executives in charge are two
You
different
two
entities.
on the screen arguing like you do with me and Joker. Come on. Let's see it.
you said the marketing team showed David Ayers footage, and that was the teaser trailers that they used. That's what you said, right?
That was the Comic-Con trailer. Yeah.
That was the Comic-Con trailer.
A year
Okay.
before the film
Yeah,
came
it wasn't
out.
even a teaser. It's just a comic.
Management told them to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
have footage ready.
And then they turned around and delivered a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this
So
is what you
That
want
also-
to happen
Also,
to
that
James
didn't happen.
Gunn.
That also
This
didn't
is what you
happen
want to
every
happen to
time.
James Gunn.
No, because
No.
James Gunn is still going to make his. Nobody is coming and saying,
Yeah,
"Hey,
I
we're
don't-
going to make." It's a simple directive. You've got Comic-Con, you've got New York Comic-Con, you've got all these things. I don't care what it is. You're in charge of whatever it is that you want to release. Just have something ready. By
Are
those
you still
dates.
going to see the movie?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, then so is everybody else who went to
Well,
Comic-Con.
I think what Rosales is trying to say, Austin, is you're saying that if he needs to do a marketing thing and you're using that as an example, I think the reason why it's a poor example is because you're taking
Yes,
a
and that's
thing
the
that was
first one.
marketed at everywhere, Hot Topic and stuff. Sure, it made a crap ton of money in merchandise.
Even the
And
other
sure, it
DC
made
movies.
money in
Yeah,
its
but-
box office, but you know
Like-
what hurt it? The Snyder Universe stuff, and then the
Yes.
fact also on top of the fact that people
Yeah.
didn't go and have repeat viewings of it. You see that 60 to 80%
Well-
drop off in the second week, and you can't tell
Absolutely.
me that wasn't a news story. It was everywhere, so it
Absolutely.
didn't
That-
end up helping that film. That
But at the
marketing
same
did
time,
not help it.
it did in a sense because they weren't good movies. So yeah, the word of mouth and everything went to shit afterwards because everybody came out saying, it's crap, But the marketing, those opening days, those first weekends, everybody was hyped and looking for it. Same with Batman v Superman, trailer a year before. Same with Man of Steel, trailer a year before. Same with the Batman, trailer a year before. DC they do a good job of hyping up their audience, and as long as the movie is good, like the Batman, like some of these others, they're fine. Even BVS, as shit as it did,
But you're using
still came in
2016
with-
as an example, and 2016 is when Warner took a bath on both BV Superman and Suicide Squad. They had good numbers for opening
they were
weekend, but
bad movies because the word of mouth
So,
came
right.
around and everybody was like, "This is shit. Don't go see it."
so why make great trailers to shitty movies?
See, you're going
Because it worked on the opening week. Those movies still made money. As shit as those movies were, they
No.
still made money. So
They
guess
lost
what?
a ton
what
of
would
money on
happen?
BVS.
A ton of money?
Yeah.
No, that's not true. But
Let's be honest, Austin. BVS should have.
and I don't
been-
even like
you
BVS.
sh-
but I
that
can-
movie should have been a $2 billion. That movie should have
Under
made
a
way
mid-
more
over
money
a
than it
billion.
actually did.
Absolutely, it
In
should have been.
Batman
It should
and
have been at least
Superman.
and
Exactly.
Wonder Woman. I've always argued it should be over $1 billion movie.
So
But it didn't lose a ton of movie. Did it underwhelm? Of course, for the studio and stuff. And
Mhm.
yeah,
That
Bad word
repeat
of mouth
viewing,
did all
though,
that
that
and
and
stuff,
repeat
yeah.
viewing means everything.
you guys are
Yeah.
missing the point. Even though these movies, I'm not talking about the quality of the movies. They still started marketing and advertising way before. And you want a good example? The Batman started marketing a long time before. And guess what? Made a
Which
shit
is
ton of money.
detached from the Snyder
and was
universe.
and was a good movie. This is the same thing, detached from the Snyder movies. If it's a good movie, which I trust James Gunn is making a good movie, this is only going to benefit it.
the
It's
Batman
only
made
gonna
less
benefit.
money. The Batman made less money than BVS.
The Batman made was it made,
Yeah,
which was but which had the smaller budget.
I don't
So
know.
which recouped more? I think the Batman probably recouped more.
Hey, Alien, I'd
In
like
digital
to.
and physical sales, yes.
I was tossing
That's
to
different.
Jaded, so let's let Jaded get a word in.
Just a question, and try and be as honest as you can. Okay?
Yeah.
What percentage of the movie-going audience do you think care about what they showed at Comic-Con? What percentage of the general audience do you think care about all those little screen leaks on Twitter? How much of the general audience do you think follows all of these YouTubers talking about the gaming, the comic book movie stuff? Give a general percentage. What percentage of the general
I'd say probably like 15 to 20%, probably.
Okay. Now, you are asking these studios to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to cater to 10% of the audience who are going to go see the movie anyway. They don't need, for the other 90% of the audience, they don't need behind the scene footage. They don't need the leaks. They don't need the rumors. They're going to see the trailers and go, oh, this looks interesting. They're going to find out on opening weekend, on Friday or on Thursday. Oh, did everybody go see this? Yes. And let's go check it out as well. All of the things that you're asking for is for you as a comic book fan, but not for the general audience. So why should the studios spend hundreds of millions of dollars for 10% of the audience?
Well, I think if you do it right, yeah, you're doing it. That's fine. Look at Marvel. Look at Marvel. Marvel and what they just spent a ton of money right up there, and now what's everybody saying? Marvel is back. RDJ is back. Blah blah blah.
You're right.
Yeah, they're also giving the same negativity they gave the Superman suit. It's a 50-50, just like Superman. Don't kid yourself.
The thing is, you ask anybody out of the comic book fandom if they care that RDJ is coming back as Doom. And they'll go, they don't care. Who's Doom?
Right. Well, I don't know if you would say that. I don't know if I could say that because they may ask, yeah, who's Doom? But you say RDJ is coming back? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you but if you tell them it's Doom, they're gonna go, well, who's Doom? I don't care.
Wait, I thought he was Iron Man. Why is not Iron Man coming back?
But even then, it's RDJ. Like that was the smart move in Marvel.
You're asking the studios market to this bubble of comic book fandom as if it matters. They know it doesn't matter. They got you no matter what. They got you no matter what. They could do no behind the screen footage. They could do no leaks. They could do no rumors. And then as soon as the movie comes out and it's a success, you're going to go see it 4 or 5 times. Do you think Deadpool and Wolverine?
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm. The more you're talking, the more I'm getting confused. So I need you to hang on for a second here, because either the general audience is who they're going after, which is what you said like an hour ago. So if the general audience is who they're going after, and if the general audience doesn't care about this behind the scenes stuff, and it's only for the hardcore people, like, you're making it sound like the general audience waits for that 10 to 15% of hardcore people to go see the movie to thus decide they want to see it. Okay, so if that's not the case, then don't you think people who have no care or clue, as you say, don't you think you'd want to try and grab them people as quickly as possible and as often as possible by bombarding them, because you need them to come out in droves for your movie to be successful, according to you. So if that's the case, why would you want to wait 3 months before the movie comes out to tell these people it's coming? Why wouldn't you want to beat them over the head every day for a year with a stick saying, come see this movie, it's going to be amazing. Have them be your word of mouth.
Yeah, exactly. It's a start of your word of mouth starts with the audience that this movie is for.
And I would give a better example than this. My example would be you had a really bad movie in Batman and Robin, right? Which tanked that fucking franchise into the ground for how many years?
Right.
Okay, so it was a real big task to get people to trust Warner Brothers and Chris Nolan at the time to bring people into a franchise everybody fucking hated.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that movie started with a year of marketing because they had to get people convinced to come back.
Okay.
I think I can make the same argument for Superman here, with a lot of people having a bad taste left in their mouth with all this Snyder bullshit.
Yep.
Okay.
You need to be able to tell them this is not going to be the same thing. You know what? You can't come out and say everything's focused on this movie and this is going to be the biggest marketing campaign. It's going to be the summer of Superman, and you're starting when? I'm pretty sure if the Batman '89 had a long marketing campaign.
That's the other thing too. A big thing that rides on this Bob brought up is there's going to be a lot of general audience members that are now going to be coming out and going, there's a new Superman. This is starting all over. Everybody got recast. What's going? You need to start making that clear early at the.
But what if those seeing the symbol everywhere? everywhere right now.
What if
Yes.
those first images of Superman were well received? They'd probably lean into it, but it wasn't well received, so they're probably scrambling trying to fix what their approach is.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and I
With
think
that, wouldn't you
because-
want to then get something else out as soon as possible to wash away that bad reception?
Exactly.
Not if it's not finished.
Right.
Exactly.
What did Sonic do? They just pulled everything back and redid it.
Again, we know gun edits along the way. We know there is something, whether it's an actual still from the movie instead of whatever that crap picture of him bent over in some.
I just don't know
like,
what you wanted him to release. Like in July during Comic-Con when he's still shooting, what on earth did you want him to come out and release?
anything. Anything.
Anything?
Absolutely.
If he came out and
anything.
did so he does 30 seconds of the logo. You just that
Thanks
you
for sticking
hardcore
around with
fans
us.
have
I'm sorry.
already
Okay, my
seen.
bad. Anything from the film.
Okay,
Anything.
so
Whether
now we're
it's
getting with
behind-
He gave you a new
posters,
logo.
and if you're
He gave you a
whether
new
it's
logo.
behind the
editing
scenes,
that.
whether it's an edited clip, whatever.
So wait, what if he releases anything from the film and the internet backlash is, oh shit, it's worse?
Then it's not looking good.
Then what do? You have
It's
a chance
not
to not
looking-
make that movie.
At that point, then it's not looking good, and God
Hold on.
bless him. But
I just want to answer. I just want to answer Great Poupette. Here's the thing. You're talking about the idea of hype for a movie because it's an event movie, okay? Because Batman '89, Batman v Superman, those were event movies. Why? Because that was the beginning of the comic book movie phase. Because guess what? None of the Phase 1 movies, other than the Avengers, were considered big event hype movies. But here's the thing. That mentality is no longer there because everybody's going, every comic book movie is the same now. But so you're going, so the advertising for this is an event movie is one thing. Advertising for, oh, this is just another superhero movie. Like Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't an event movie. They have regular standard advertising, regular standard promotion, regular standard.
well, I would say the only one that stands out is the third one. They did advertise as an event film.
And to go with Alien's point, he's not talking about the advertising and the promo and the trailers and stuff. He's talking about the specific stuff that's going to be on Comic-Con, the specific stuff that's going to be for on Twitter that the general audience don't care about. If you're gonna separate the hype of the trailers and the billboards and the toy connection and the McDonald's Happy Meal toys, that's one thing. He's not talking about just those. He's talking about, I want stills on Twitter. I want rumors to be able to go by. I want screenshots. Now, those
You want this is what you want. Okay. This is what you want to see. It's unfinished. It's out of context, and it's not going anywhere near the general audience whatsoever.
It looks terrible.
However, a bunch of people who peed in bottles waiting in line to go see it got to see it.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm not even,
So,
and I'm not even
this is what you
asking for
want.
that.
This is what you
No.
want. Yes, you are. You want something that looks this bad
You
to be
think
out
James
of there.
Gunn
in the
is
public in the
incapable of finishing something for Comic-Con while it's shooting? You think he's just
I
completely?
think he refused to. I
He's
think
not
he
able
refused
to do
because
it?
he doesn't work on your timeline.
He doesn't want.
I mean,
why would he
I
want
This
to
isn't
rush
even my
through to make a
timeline.
deadline for those specific fans for Hall H when he's in the middle of shooting it at the time that you're asking him to do it?
That doesn't mean though they can't release a teaser
He's done it
poster that has
before. I don't know
nothing
why you
involved
guys are
in the
making
Well, no,
movie.
a
you
big
made,
deal out
but
of
Bob,
that.
you guys have
That's
made it clear you don't want a teaser because if he does a teaser
Yes, I do.
with just
I
some
want-
with some
I want
stills and then a
anything.
logo, it's not going to be enough.
Yes, that
you
is
put
enough.
you put anything
Anything
out
that-
there
that-
on your own with the good faith, and then you're going to have jerks like me who are doing stuff like this.
That's
okay?
fine, but nobody can do that with another poster that's just a tagline. We need something. Give me a tagline.
Dude,
Give me a
literally,
tagline.
yes.
Anything.
A log
Give me
line.
the symbol flying through
Something.
fucking clouds in a nice font with a
You break
tagline for
news
the
that
movie.
Somebody's going to make a
Oh, so
movie,
they
like
gotta have a
say
graphic
Michael
designer,
Bay
understood.
is going to make a movie called Skibbity Toilets, and you got people like me on the internet who are doing stuff like this.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Okay, so there's
Yeah.
really no win for releasing stuff super early. Okay, because there's always going to be haters out there. There's going to be people like me who take things as a joke and make
Sure.
fun of it, and then there's people that are going to rant and rave that it's not enough. So there really is no upside to releasing
You have to
a
understand
picture
too.
of Superman like this, which is still over the shoulder and askewed and not ready for prime time, so that people can say, "Look, the suit still doesn't look good. It's laying flat all over him. It looks like he's wearing a biker uniform. Look at all the wrinkles. Where's the definition? Where's the bulge? I want to see the bulge."
I guess
Oh,
I
the
would
bulge is
say
there.
you could
Bulge
you
was
could
there.
you could probably
I
slow
found.
roll the promotion if you have zero competition in your opening week. Now the
Yep.
fact that you just have you have
And
you
if
have
you're
a
an
Marvel
established
competitor right
universe,
next
which
to
you're
you
not.
within yes. So like this is like I mean this is if this
This
doesn't
isn't your
work,
typical comic book movie.
yeah,
Stakes are high for this. This
yeah,
is the start of a new universe
yes.
amongst one that is
Mhm.
incredibly popular already.
And not only that, but this is one that they have a 10-year vision for. If your
Yes.
first fucking stepstone sinks you to the
Fails.
bottom of the ocean, the rest of your 10 years, and we already know how
That's
Warner Brothers
hyperbolic.
operates.
Yeah,
This
because
movie
we
has
totally
not.
trust Warner Brothers to keep
It's
on
not
path
it's
if
not
it
it's
doesn't,
it's not
if it doesn't do
hyperbolic
good.
when the creator who pitched this whole idea, this was his pitch, Rosales. He pitched this as a 10-year idea that
Okay.
people, actors, everybody, I need commitments for 10 years because we're going to throw you in video games and you're going to take your role to animation. If you're cast for this, you're going to be there. This isn't like, yes, you have to take your time with this and plan it out. But at the same time,
And he has. I think he has. I
yes,
think
I'm
he
not
has.
saying he's not doing that. And I want him
Yeah.
to take his time when it comes to scripting and casting and all that.
Absolutely.
I want
But not
quality
marketing.
movies.
But not marketing.
You're
You
expecting
want him to
Marvel
throw
marketing
everything
from
out.
DC, and you're not going to get
I don't.
Marvel marketing from DC.
I want to make myself clear. I don't need
We need
behind the
better
scenes.
Marvel
I
marketing
just
than
want
DC
something.
right now.
You show me a logo, that's great. I'm happy with that. But put the logo on a fucking poster, my guy. I should be seeing it in every Regal cinema I'm going to now. From
Even
now
if it's
until the movie
literally,
comes
the
out.
poster is literally
At the
just
bare
the shot
minimum.
of the cape flying in the wind with the new S that we have on the back of the cape.
Let's say they do that. This is
Because
for
you know what? The general audience that Jaden loves to talk about and goes to movies, guess what they do when they're standing in line for popcorn? They look at the posters and
They
all
look
the
at their
big stand-ups that are in
They
there.
look at their phone.
No,
Stop it. Stop.
no.
I got a
Look at
question.
their
I got a
phone.
What's on
question,
their
Bob.
phone? Twitter.
How did it work for Borderlands? 5 months before its release, general
I'm
audience, the hardcore fans, nobody went to see it, right?
That was
I
Like,
haven't
let's be
seen.
fair.
Let me tell
I've
you something.
seen it.
I haven't seen a
this is
fucking
coming from a
advertising
Borderlands
for
fan. I've
anything
seen
in
it.
that
It's a
movie.
crap film, by the way.
Well, yeah, but
But how
also
is
Well,
it
you
the
don't
doing?
say.
what you're not defending the marketing of that film because it was terrible.
But you guys were
Yeah.
talking
But it
about
was
how it needs to
everywhere.
be. Look, literally.
Yeah,
it's
in the
a
last 2
5-month
weeks because
thing.
they got desperate and put TV spots and all this other crap.
Yeah,
like,
but got desperate. But let's be
That's
fair.
not
It's on billboards
marketing.
everywhere. It's on IMDb's banners. It's all over the internet. It's all
It's
over
on this
the place.
show.
And the trailer came out 5 months ago, and it has helped it nothing whatsoever. It has not helped this
again,
film
because
at all.
the big complaint
Well,
about
to
the
be
trailer,
fair,
it
they
looks
moved
like
up from
Guardians
0% to
of the
10%, so it did help a little bit.
That's like millions of percentage points.
Okay,
Thank you,
but
Chris
take,
Randolph.
then take the Super Mario Brothers. What was all of their? Okay, but take the Mario Brothers movie. I don't remember seeing tons of advertising.
Yeah, you don't remember
sorry.
people complaining about Peach wearing pants?
Yeah, but
Then they should be seeing it more because they're all at home.
but also
remember?
too, that's a major established kid IP. You barely need to market that. It's kids. Your families are going to take
Superman
their
isn't
kids
a
to
well-established IP.
To be fair, Charles,
kids IP. Kids IP.
No.
Superman
Kids
is
and
not a
adults know who
well-established
Superman
kid
is.
IP.
My grandmother knew Superman's
Everybody
origin, and she
knows
doesn't
who
read
Superman
comics. Like,
Alien
It's
you
still
know
one of the
who
most.
Superman is.
That's under Mickey Mouse. That's the second most recognized
Okay, but
logo
you,
in the
again,
world.
okay, so now you guys are talking about like, yeah, when was the last great Superman film?
That's a
Doesn't
better
matter.
question.
I know Joker's going to say
1975.
Returns.
You know what I'm going to say? Superman Returns. So
I know
you know what
but
I'm going
let's
to
be
defend.
honest, most audiences agree it's Superman's
comparison
not
now,
been
right?
done well in live action for a long time.
Okay,
So like,
well, Austin, if you agree with that, Superman Returns didn't do well, which it didn't do poor, but let's
I
agree
didn't
with
say
that.
I didn't say I agreed with
Your
it.
marketing tactic, by the way, it came out in April of 2005, the first teaser trailer.
a year plus before the film came out in 2006. How well did it do according to you?
But again, you're looking at like you're taking.
I'm using
this
your own
one little-
argument against
No,
you.
no, no, no. You're using one little thing, and then you're twisting, not looking at the context
that's a
of the
year
rest
plus
of the story.
of advertising.
Because
Answer the
what was-
question. You're
what
under
was-
oath.
Yes, but
Okay.
what was this? It was the Christopher Reeve continuation all over again. Nothing new, the same shit. Blah blah blah.
Okay, so
Like,
it's
cool.
another reason why
So-
it doesn't work.
Well, Superman went to space.
No, this should
Well,
be again,
let me
you're
ask
marketing a
you-
whole new universe here, a new iteration.
I mean, yeah, like I think this is really different though. It's not
Yeah,
just
you can't compare this to the other times.
this has, like I said, you have to take into the consideration that this does have a 10-year implication to it. It really does rest on everything. This movie is
No. Let's say this movie just does mid. Let's say this upcoming movie just does mid. Let's say Secret Wars just does mid. You think they're gonna tank it?
Yes.
yeah, sir.
What?
Yes, as the downtrend of how Marvel's been. Yeah, man. This because here, you know why it would take it, because this has been going on. They've been running for fucking 20 years now. So yeah, they've been established for a while. This has zero establishment to it. Zero.
Absolutely.
Marvel made Captain Marvel a $1 billion project. None of the movies that had Superman made $1 billion. Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
Right.
Yeah,
And even that, we can be honest with that situation too, right? A lot of context is because people thought it was going to lead to Endgame.
The reason Captain Marvel made $1 billion is because the audience was lied to. They were lied to because we were told you needed to see Captain Marvel because it was a bridge between Infinity War and Endgame. That's why, and they lied to us, and that's why we all went. Okay.
Well, that's part of it, Jaded. I think the other part of it is we were so obsessed with Marvel as just an established IP and logo at that point. We'd go see anything with Marvel because they had our trust. They had our trust for that.
Because other movies have drop-offs that are like BVS.
Yeah.
BVS should have been the $1 billion movie. The word of mouth dropped it off.
Killed it.
Would it have the 2%, like a 65% drop
Here's
off?
the thing about Warner
week?
Brothers and Marvel. Okay, the people who were in charge of Marvel during the time when Captain Marvel was out are still there. Okay, the people who were in charge of DC at the time are not there. Okay,
Exactly.
so everything that they're doing is going to be different, and of course, you don't have to like it. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to go see the movies, but they are trying to do something that has yet to be done by a DC film and Warner Brothers, and that's continually and consistently make quality films that entertain the audience and have a consistent marketability, meaning through toys and other licensing opportunities. The big reason you had the Joel Schumacher takeover was simply because DC had deals with McDonald's that allowed them to sell the toys. And when you had Batman Returns and its darker tone, McDonald's was not happy with it. And so the heads that be kept their contract with him, but with Tim Burton, but decided that they were going to try to get him out of there. Jada, do you have one last thing to say before we start to wrap things up?
Yeah, I can't believe how popular the Barbie for Boys movie was.
Barbie for boys?
Yeah, the Barbie movie for boys. You know, Deadpool and Wolverine.
The Barbie movie was also based.
Yes, the bromance.
Another $1 billion property.
Deadpool and Wolverine movie for girls. Anyway, thanks for
Okay.
having me on.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Jaded.
See you guys.
Take care. Yeah, Barbie versus Wolverine. That would be a great movie, I think.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that now.
Yeah, that'd be something to see. You know, to finally find out what happened at her gynecologist office visit. Spoilers. What's it say here? How dare you bring up reality?
I think it was a jab at Deadpool and Wolverine, Cody. I'm not quite sure I understand.
Which dude, Cody? Which dude?
He just left. The Barbie and Wolverine joke.
Oh, I see.
I'm not. I can't really explain.
None
it,
of
to
us
be honest with
really
you.
know what the fuck he's talking about half the time, Cody. That's okay. I agree with you. I get confused every time he starts saying stuff. I don't know.
The point is, you guys aren't getting anything, so get over it.
No, listen. You don't
Well,
know
look,
how bad I
hey,
want something. You have no idea.
We still don't even know that. Somebody asked Gunn, will DC Studios be at New York Comic Con? And instead of the straight up no that he gave for Comic Con previously, San Diego, he just gave the wondering emoji look. So I think we might be getting, or at least that audience might be getting something there.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself. You'll wind up seeing this.
Oh God!
I don't want to see
God.
skibbity toilets. I want my Superman crack fix. That's what I need.
We will be talking about Skibbity Toilets next week, by the way. So,
no.
As a film and what their plans are and the Skibbity Toilet universe that Michael Bay is trying to put together. Barbie for dudes. Yeah, Barbie for dudes.
Yeah, you know.
I think it's because its action figures come to life. I don't know. But
I do suggest going to Jaded's channel and checking out some of his videos. Though they are quite amusing. They're quite amusing.
A microphone from this decade. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, it's he's using the one on the laptop is what is going on there. So we're going to start a GoFundMe to get microphones to those that are in need.
He's got an old Xbox 360 Connect that he's got hooked up to his speaker.
That's what he's actually streaming from Xbox Live. That's what's going on. But I wish he was here to defend himself. Yeah, you know,
I don't.
Well, he dropped that joke and then left.
Well, you know, when you got to take your medication, you got to focus on that. So, but I think we covered everything, right? Right?
Yeah, I believe we did. We did get through every topic on the wheel.
Yeah. Hang on a second. I've got to do something real quick before we head out of here. Otherwise, we're not going to be ending the way, because we are on Rumble as well.
Oh, Rumble. Yeah.
We've been
Hi,
on Rumble,
people.
and we can leave everybody except Rumble.
Yeah, that's right.
At the same
You gotta
time.
manually leave them.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Is that what's going on right now? Am I going on right now? Yes, it's showing live. Look at that.
Yeah, we're live.
We're still live on
You are,
Rumble.
in fact, going on.
Yes, we are going on. Where do I have to go to?
Is there even a Game Boy camera?
Yes, I got to go to the Rumble Studio. Rumble
Same with
Studio.
my
I
Sony
didn't know that was.
Walkman.
That Sony Walkman. Is that what you said? The
Yeah,
Sony Walkman?
yeah. It's hard to stop once you do the shitty tech joke.
I see. Once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah, like potato chips.
He was ruffled. Definitely had ridges. Oh, come on. What the? All right, we're just going to go dead on Rumble.
Yeah.
I can't figure
Rumble
this out.
later.
Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Let me get back. Where am I at now? That's where I need to.
Where are we now?
That's
Are we
the
on
wrong
Kick?
one.
If you can hear me, let me know in the chat.
We are on Kick. Yes. We've been
We're
on Kick.
too? Oh my god.
No, we
Yeah,
are not
hey.
on Kick. No, but we are on
Damn it.
the Madness Network now. The Madness Comic
Yeah.
Book Network now. So a lot of new people, a lot of new faces.
You've got to make a Macho Man doing a Madness Network thing with your AI.
Oh yeah, the Macho Madness Network. Oh yeah, who needs AI? Oh yeah, not me. I can do it on my own. Oh yeah. Stiffy kittens. Lots of fun. What does this say here? Does this stream software support Game Boy camera? That's amusing. That's amusing. Cody, you now have one more fan. You have one more fan.
If anybody doesn't need more fans, it is Cody.
Oh, he deserves more.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Yeah. He's in our intro that we normally show. We've got we
Did you
didn't
not
show
show
it this
it
time
today?
around. We did not show the intro today. No. what we did was we did the Grey Poupée.
Wait, what was the
thing.
wrestling?
Yeah, you spoke him into existence.
Oh, Rosales, I sent you a good one. You can definitely use it for next week's intro.
Yeah, what's the
Oh man,
horrible looking wrestling clip?
Oh, this one is so bad. This one isn't even like there's no
It's like
physical,
30 seconds
like-
long. I didn't even watch it yet.
Yeah, you need to watch that. You need to watch that.
How old is it? Better.
It's fairly new. I can tell you that. This definitely wouldn't be flying in.
Does it involve a ladder?
No, it actually involves no moves done to anybody whatsoever. Like no physical move is done. No backdrops, no ladders, there's really no pain involved. But
So Owen Hart is out of the question then.
Yeah, nothing like that's happening, but it does have an impact. I'll tell you that. It really does. As you could see his face right there, you could tell.
I need to see it. Like I can't. I'll forget about this in an hour, but
You broke result.
Yeah.
Share your feelings with the group.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I used to love seafood. Just a moment here. Here you go. I don't know when this is going on or where this is going on, but it was
shit.
This is obviously an indie promotion. I could say that.
Oh yeah, definitely an indie promotion.
Yeah, this isn't making it to. I mean, this might make it to AEW. Who knows?
Is that a tea bag?
It's Mr. Sacco.
Yeah,
it is not a tea bag.
No,
oh
that's
my,
not a tea
it
bag.
is not a tea bag.
Wow.
Oh no! Don't go in there.
Oh,
it's going in there.
Getting their wings.
Oh my goodness. You usually have to pay extra for that.
Yeah. No, you gotta get tested for that. That's bad.
Oh,
that's a great spot.
That is not a great spot. No.
I hope it's a gimmick. Like,
and this is why I'm gay.
I would 100% think it has to be. There's no
That's what
way.
did it?
Yeah, there's
That's no way. Yeah, somebody's agreeing to that for the $35 they're getting paid on this fucking
if
show.
that.
Yeah, exactly. If that.
Plus, they got to take the seats down when they leave.
$35 and the hot dogs for catering.
And tear the ring down. Yep, they got to do all the work. Exactly.
But you do get to write off certain things as business expenses. Right?
Tampons.
And, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the like.
And maybe she gets to charge Medicaid.
Thank you, Rosales, for once again being the second time for reminding me why I'm a gay man.
Hey, that wasn't me. That was Bob. Okay.
Yeah, these are all my clips.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks again, Bob. As usual, Bob. Thanks.
It's like a bad joke. You just can't. You can't keep it to yourself. You got to share it.
So, do we think that she actually did that, or is that we're thinking
There's
like
no
that's
way.
a prop
There's
thing,
no
like
way. That's
fake
gotta be
blood put
Yeah.
down in
Right.
there, just not really there, and then because
Yeah.
who would she allow her to do that? Let's be honest.
Well, it definitely
no,
came
here's
from
the
a
thing.
pocket.
Yeah, it was down in there. It was definitely down in there. I don't think it was up in there. But it definitely probably had gotten a little sweaty.
Oh, how would you know, Bob? You don't know what vagina is.
Do you have a clip of the culprit prior to that moment? Because if you see like
that's
a
the only
bulge,
clip I got. That is the only clip I got. Unfortunately, that's just my where was it? That was Instagram, I believe. Whatever.
I mean, it
that I
was.
sent it to you through.
She was reaching down near that clam pretty.
Yeah, she was digging.
Yeah.
But I mean, that could have just been all theatrical.
Yeah, whether or not it was up in there is the.
Right.
That is the real question.
Just because I know that wrestling typically is all about theatrics, and I'm curious.
Like I said,
Plus, the art of sleight of hand. Who knows?
Little magician
that,
shit.
That could have been, some illusion going on there.
Don't you mean slit of hands?
Fair enough.
Well, I don't think they're going to reveal their secrets to you. I think they're pretty well clammed up.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we won't be seeing this on WWE at all.
Yeah,
probably not even when they move to Netflix.
We will not even on Rumble. I'm sorry, we can't. There's no, we will not be showing this at all.
If we were on Kick, we could show this up.
Yeah, if we were on Kick.
It's two
We'd be able to get
female
monetized.
wrestlers and one.
Hey, wait, we're on Rumble, right?
Yes.
Rumble exclusive?
No, we're not on exclusively on Rumble yet. No.
I mean, you
video
can finish
with
the show that way.
We could do that. We can
Stiffy,
finish the show on Rumble.
the video
Rumble.
showed someone at an opportune time of the month using a napkin and giving it to someone else.
Weaponizing it.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Oh, butcher.
I mean, I've never seen that in wrestling before, so she is a pioneer and an innovator because that's the first.
So,
anybody, I'm
Bob, are
pretty
you
sure,
saying
will.
your reaction to the whole thing is split?
Yeah, it kind of is because as disgusting as it is, it's also very.
Sorry,
innovative.
Rosales, I didn't mean to.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I think we're taking a giant leap forward in women's wrestling by this being done.
Going to the attitude era of women's wrestling.
Well,
this is beyond that. I mean,
Yeah, but it's only a move you can do once a month.
yeah.
What was the thing you were talking about before with the strap match where they're really starting to do
Oh,
color matches in
yeah.
AEW?
Yes, this weekend in Arlington, Texas, during Collision, there was a match between Thunder Rosa and
Omarosa.
no,
Furiosa.
no. Oh, buttheads derailed me.
Oops.
Let's see, what was it? The
Wow,
Virtuosa,
Thunder Rosa?
the Virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo, and they were in a bull rope match, is what it was. So it's just this long rope with leather straps at the end, where they are strapped to each wrestler, and in between the ropes, right in the middle of it, is a cowbell, and the first one who gets to it gets to beat the other with it. And that's what they did. And they bled all over the place and went through tables and went through all this carnage. It was kind of fun.
It's awesome.
It's kind of fun.
All that
Bob,
from a cowbell?
Bob knows what
You're
that
going to
feels
want
like.
that cowbell.
Yes. There's a whole lot of blood from a different side of the body.
Remember that feeling, Bob? Remember at my birthday party a few years ago when I beat you repeatedly with the giant cowbell? It was fun.
Oh, yeah. Bri, if you're struggling, she pulled a tab is what she did. So there you go.
Yet, not a tea bag.
No, I thought it
not a
was.
teabag.
I thought it was at first, but it was not, sadly. No.
There's a whole new meaning to teabagging, that's for sure.
But it is generally available in the boys' men's room now. So yeah.
No comment, Austin.
I'm in shock still. I'm still processing.
Oh yeah, there's a
That's
whole
how
lot to
Kool-Aid
process.
is made.
Good night, everybody.
In your eyes 風がそっとささやきつけて君と過ごす未来描くよどんな困難さえ乗り越えてそばにいたいから決して終わ